Hello, everyone, from the ominous voice in the sky. Welcome to Roll For It. We are on episode 39 of Silence of Shadows, I believe. Madness. We just found out that Mathis, for the first time, realized he could hear music playing.
I did not. I never knew that either. I never knew or I forgot that I could hear the music through Roll20. So it's all season 1 and season 2. I just been rolling dead mute in my ears. No, nothing but my own voice and yours.
Somehow you've still timed all of the scenes with things. As you can see, we are missing someone from the cast here. You will not be seeing E.E., Crowley, or Zach, but that will be explained in the story, so stay tuned. Lots of interesting things happening in the story. It'll be fun. We have no supporter today, but if you'd like to support us, you can go head on over to our Patreon, patreon.com/rollforit, and become a legend here where you can support one of our episodes if that interests you. And also you get to be part of a one-shot that is GM'd privately by one of our lovely cast members. So if that interests you, definitely check it out. Today we have some spoopy stuff, or this month we have spoopy stuff and rearguard. So it will be very exciting to see what everyone puts together. We do have some really cool things coming. We have the 4th Tower for Ascension GM notes, if you've been following along with our Ascension goodies. And of course, with that comes, some more floor action. So stay tuned for that. We also have a ton of other things that are on our Patreon if you want to go check it out, from GM tier, player tier, to if you prefer MP3s, there are MP3s there for you. We have a lot of behind the scenes stuff. We have a recap every month that we do if you're interested in more the admin side of it and figuring out like how we Roll For It. And yeah, if you're super crazy, you can become a deity and we make silly videos for you. And it gets crazy because we do not know like what to do. But we are very thankful for all of the support that everyone has provided to us. You can also subscribe to us on Twitch, where you get some cool emotes. You get access to the VODs early, as well as if you would like to be a member on our YouTube channel, you get access to emotes, and you get a little flair, which is interesting. Not everyone has access to that. So people are like, why do you have that? Oh, YouTube, they just try to copy everything and it's just strange.
Copy everything and then they don't put enough money into marketing to let everybody know.
Yeah, it's like just really weird. I guess if you're streaming on their platform, it's a little different, but we have exclusivity with Twitch. So with that, I think I've got all of the Roll For It stuff out of the way. Of course, if you don't have a monetary way to support us, we totally love that you're just here watching, that you follow us on all of our social platforms, like all the things, retweet the things. That's just a fantastic way to support us and help us along the journey. And of course, if you donate today, at the end of the show, I will read out your lovely tips for us. But for now, I'm gonna let Mathis take it away.
Okay, sounds good. Thank you, Maggie. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Silence of Shadows. It's been like a couple weeks. I'm excited to play again. We're just gonna dive in. I hope everybody's had a good couple of weeks. I gotta mute the music. I just can't.
That's definitely why you did that.
That might have been it. I'm just like, it's so dramatic. I can't focus. It's too much. Okay. Yeah, let's just dive in. Let's see what everybody's favorite coterie, the loud ones, have been up to. Can I get a rouse check, please, to begin this evening?
Oh
yeah, so everybody roll. Okay, so yeah, chat. We're having issues with the character sheets. They're not rolling properly, so we all have to manually roll.
Yay.
Man, I prefer it that way anyway.
How many dice do we roll for? I don't even know.
Oh, rouse check is just 1d10.
Oh, it's just 1d10. I'm just used to
Time to learn the rules, Tracy.
I'm such a little...
I'm here for it, man.
I'm like, okay.
All right, all 3 of you rolled an 8 or above, so
I'm so spoiled.
None of you gain hunger. The camera picks up with the noises of cars beeping and honking outside. Bodies mashed together as the camera finds itself within the rack. But it pours down the main road, peeling away from downtown as the larger city's buildings become nothing but silhouettes in a background. A clear sky, completely ruined by light pollution, only shows a large moon. No stars can be seen. And as we pull away, heading further south, we cross over the highway and enter the newfound territory of our coterie, an 8-block domain that belongs just to them. A movie theater that's seen some minor renovations, but nothing huge in the moment, just a little cleanup. The buildings around it still seeming as slummy and downtrodden as the rest of the blocks. And as we make our way inside, on the outside, we watch as Ava walks in, and the camera trails her. However, Dakota and Ollie are already here. Ava meanders in to see them having light conversation as the night is only just getting ready. Zach has yet to show up, however. What would the three of you, or should I say Ollie and Dakota rather, be speaking about here? In terms of renovation when it comes to the movie theater?
That's a good question. I feel like a lot of it.
There was the suggestion last we got together to refresh other people's minds when talking about the movie theater. Ollie had talked about maybe having like a small little wine or like area or bar area,
room,
like a lot of more modern or more movie theaters have nowadays, and that was kind of tossed out. And I wasn't sure where the coterie ended up landing on that. And as you know, you're spending nights and weeks here. There is going to be conversation as to whether money should start being poured into this place or not. And so I'm curious where the conversation would be as Ava walks in.
So like the tasting room aside, what sort of things are you looking at, Red? What kind of things would you like to see?
We shouldn't change it too much. We should let these people continue doing what they're doing. If anything, we cleared the Baron out, which was a fucking leech. I mean, oh wait, there's nobody here yet, right? Like, this is not open to the public.
Ava's walking in, and that's the only person. Yeah, this is not.
Yeah, okay, fine. Okay, then I don't give a
stuff.
I don't care that she did that.
No.
The Baron was a fucking leech. So, what if we're do the opposite of that? Dump money back into the fucking pawn shop and the Army Navy surplus and all of these shitty places around here that are bound to close any fucking day. That way, if we need something, they're more amenable.
I like the idea, but we don't really have a lot of capital right now that we can do that with. Yeah, but I think we can probably come up with some over time.
I guess some is better than none.
Do you have any businesses that you prefer to kind of dump capital into?
Pawn shop's a good idea. We can move stuff really easy.
All right. Yeah. Wait a minute, don't you have that butcher too, right? That guy that you like going to?
Yeah. Is he in this area?
He's not in your domain.
Okay. Do we still have gold?
You do. Just a reminder.
Okay.
I'm gonna just sneeze.
Oh.
Hey, there we go.
Dirty mortal.
Yeah, sorry. A reminder, the gold is Nazi gold for one. And the one symbol that could not be removed off of it, no matter how hard you tried, was the Giovanni symbol.
Unless just completely smelted down, right?
Sure, you could smelt it down, but the indication there is there may be some light blood magics involved. Maybe tracking, maybe warding. You don't know, you couldn't know. But it is something that kind of came up briefly. But yes, you still do have
This is worse.
Okay. I mean, the Nazis don't need it. And the Giovanni sure as hell, well, they may need it, but they don't have it.
They technically don't exist anymore.
They're not even fucking around. So...
Oh.
We could maybe melt it down, resell it.
Yeah. I no matter how I tried, I couldn't quite press out that symbol on it. So maybe I don't know. Look, the last time I messed with some weird hoodoo, I kind of punched through a wall and it almost evaporated my fist. So why don't we not try screwing around with that G part and make sure we stamp out that Nazi symbol? I like the melting, but I'd much rather just press out the issue at hand, and then we can try moving it.
Do you have anybody that does that?
Oh yeah, I got people.
Great.
Ava's walked in about mid-conversation there. Ava heard the majority of that.
Hi.
Are you okay with that? We're gonna melt down Crowley's gold.
Yeah, that's fine by me.
Okay.
I am.
We could leave you one for sentimental value.
I mean, part of me wants to say yes, but also it's Nazi gold, so I don't really want to hold on to it.
Ollie chuckles, definitely.
So I suppose we should use it or lose it, I guess.
So do we have any idea about how much it is? Because I could probably get a weight to figure out how we dispense it.
I feel like we can't liquidate it all at one time. That's fucking suspicious. That's a lot of fucking gold.
We should probably space it out, yeah? Or
And
at
we
least
don't-
each of us kind of take some and take it to different locations.
You've got that van bricked in for now, right?
Yeah.
Place to hide it.
I tell you what, I'm gonna go grab a bar, and I'm gonna get a tally about how much is there, so I can figure out how much one is worth and how much we're actually gonna get, and then we can sort of lay out our groundwork for who we're gonna dispense it to. You guys maybe talk about that much. I'll do the legwork on this one.
Yeah.
Kind of glance over at the clock at this point, kind of figuring out what to do with the gold bars and kind of coming up with a soft plan as to what the next steps are. And you realize it's at this point, Zach, even Crowley, but even more so, Zach has never been late in his life. And he's hours late at this point.
Has anybody seen Zach, by the way? I haven't seen him all day, all night.
No, I've been hide or handy here. Nothing I've seen anyway.
Continuing on and realizing he's not going to arrive, you wait a little longer, hoping perhaps that he'll walk through those very doors. And the entire night goes by. He is rather new and returned, and perhaps he just took the night to himself. And so the next night will roll over, and he doesn't arrive again. And it's at this point, perhaps, that Ava gets a little worried. Hits the streets on her own, Dakota and Ollie helping along, finding his old crawling habit, hitting the bar and the septic tank, and perhaps even his old haven. And still no hide nor hair of Zach can be found. We watch the sky as the moon blurs by, multiple nights as the three crawl through the entirety of Chicago, and eventually even enlisting the help of Mr. Jackson. Not to the cost of anything, simply he offered. Seeing and hearing that Zach had returned, and that his sudden disappearance is certainly a cause for curiosity, even for those who sit higher above in positions of power. But as the days turned into weeks, and the weeks blurred by, Zach could never be found. And even those who decided to try and speak to the prince about it, Ava perhaps being the first, no matter how hard you tried, she continued to claim she has no idea where Zach could have gone, and she had no control over him. And on the final night, the night in which you all decide this will be the final one in which you look for him, as the night crawls to a close and the three of you meander your way into the movie theater, 2.5 weeks having passed by of searching high and low. Only Mr. Jackson and the prince being aware of him missing, by the way. It is not a citywide knowledge. The three of you come back, one after the other, realizing that Zach is truly long gone. Even your officer, perhaps even sending a small patrol to Madison to look for him, found nothing. How would Ava feel after all of this? Coming in after only seeing Zach for a mere few nights, and now he's gone and can't return. Do you feel angry or sad, or what is Ava's? She'll be the last one that walks into the movie theater, Ollie and Dakota being first. Perhaps Ava even spending an extra hour out there just hoping.
Angry, dejected, pretty upset. She walks in and doesn't have, well, probably for the past few days, she hasn't had the normal pip in her step and the normal, very, happy and chatty vibe about her. She just kind of walks in the next day to the theater and walks past you guys, kind of makes her way into the theater itself, has a seat.
The camera lingers in the lobby as we watch near the doorway, the door flying open, and Ava in her long black dress whisking by, the clacking of her heels on the tile floor, and the dress just barely an inch off the ground, whipping past the camera. It turns to watch as Ollie and Dakota mid-conversation stop, turning to pay attention to her and give her that respect. But she brushes by them, no eye contact, and they watch as she swings the door open to the theater, and it wobbles shut. She walks in, can't be seen anymore, but the camera lingers in the lobby, focusing on Dakota and Ollie as they watch Ava walk by.
And glance over to Dakota.
Are we gonna start taking bets on whether or not he's coming back?
I don't know, man. Did you see the way that he was warped when he came back? He was, I don't know. Maybe he left.
Maybe. Rock, paper, scissors. Who talks to Ava? Ready?
Yeah, sure.
Rock, paper, scissors, shoot.
And it's very clear. Dakota wins. She has paper.
Christ. All right. Oh. All right. I'll,
You know what? And if it doesn't go well, I'll be right here.
yeah. Okay. I mean, I'll be back then, I guess.
The door opens, Ava, and a little light from the outside lobby fills the room. A large figure walks in and makes his way over to you. Where did you end up sitting, Ava? Where would Ava have plopped herself? Is she a back row person or is she a front row person, is what I need to know.
She's right in the middle. Right smack in the middle. That's
a people pleaser, I understand.
Yeah, and it's the best viewing experience. So right in the center. So she's just sitting there, like you walk in and all these empty seats, and just right in the center is Ava.
I'll probably go like 3 or 4 rows behind her, and be a pause before Ollie goes, "Please turn off all your lights and cell phones. No recording devices or anything like that. That would be a breach of the Masquerade and shit."
Ava doesn't turn around, but so you wouldn't be able to see it, but she gets a small smirk on her face from that.
The camera catches it as he's watching the two of them in front.
Yeah, it's not exactly a big secret. We can tell you a little worried.
Yeah. I guess that's it, huh? We said today would be the last day. He's nowhere to be found.
Do you think he just left?
I don't know. I guess. I thought maybe he'd stick around and we'd have more time to talk over things, but...
Hey, Zach... Ava, Zach was living on borrowed...
Before you continue, Dakota, I imagine you're near the door. You can hear this conversation happening, just to be aware. You're also muted. I see you're moving.
I was about to say, yeah, I'm just listening.
Yeah, you're listening.
Quietly.
We never said it, but we all could have guessed that Zach was living on borrowed time. I mean, I believe Dakota when she said that when she cleaved his cap and took his head for a little walk. I believe that. I don't think she was lying. And admittedly, it was weird seeing him back. But if there's any truth to what you said, and I don't think you're lying about that either, then maybe it's good that he's gone. And I know that might be cold, and I don't want that to really be so, but if Zach was so different, then how much of him was the person that you kind of grew up with? How much of he was actually going to look after you?
It's true. You know, if somebody gives you the offer to bring somebody back from your past, take my advice and don't accept. People leave for a reason, as did Zach. You're right, he was living on very short time. He made his choices. I thought I could fix it all, like he always tried to fix everything. I thought bringing him back would give him that second chance that not many of us get, but I don't know, maybe sometimes a second chance isn't what a person needs.
Yeah, I mean, he came back. And I'm guessing it was pretty bittersweet.
Probably. It seemed that way, at least.
It didn't make me happy. I thought it would, right? I'm not gonna lie. Part of me was happy to slap Zach around, but at the same time, as much as he had it coming to him, it never feels good putting someone smaller than you down. And we are a coterie, even if he's no longer here. He's like a little brother, like a stupid, fucked up, smarter little brother that I hate, but I love at the same time. So I get it. But look, I'm not gonna ask you to. I'm not gonna ask you to get over it. By no means. You're gonna carry it on your sleeve, and it's probably gonna be a sore spot for a long time. But look, I guess I'm just gonna say that I'm here, and I'm happy to at least spitball some things. Like I'm not even gonna pretend. All right, I'm not as smart as Zach. I'm not. I couldn't theorize and I couldn't conspiracy nonsense my way out of a paper bag if I tried. But you want street smarts? You want experience? I got that in spades. And I'm happy to be here for you.
Thank you, Ollie.
And don't forget Dakota either. You know, we're all keen on losing people. And, well, she's tough as shit. Nails don't even have anything on her. So.
Yeah. You guys are all I have left. The two of you.
Well, I don't intend on going anywhere. In fact, I think I'm gonna be here for a while. I hope that I can cement myself into Chicago the way that Chicago has cemented itself into me. Painfully, like a brick in the middle of my fucking back.
Does Ava continue sitting there as the conversation she does, and Ollie probably stands and...
Yeah, she sits for a little while longer.
Dakota, as Ollie kind of makes his way out, you realize Ava hasn't moved. And does Dakota want to move in and speak with her, or is she happy enough with what Ollie said?
No, I let Ollie come out, and I'm like, how did it go? I know how it went. I mean, I don't say that, but I know how it went.
Yeah.
How did it go?
My immediate read is she just needs some time. She got some reflection and some introspective glances, and I think that she's going to be all right. There's something to say about bringing back the past. It ain't worth it.
Yeah. Okay. Well, she's not gonna sit here and sulk. I look at Ollie, and I look at the double doors, and I kick them in, like really loud, and let them like blah 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 blah, like bang against the wall, and I'm like, Ava,
Ava actually turns around this time.
are you gonna sit in the dark all night?
No, I didn't plan on it.
Well, you're doing a very good job of it. Would you like to take a walk?
Yes, a walk would be nice.
And Ava stands, elegantly striding up the stairs to meet Dakota at the double doors, as the both of them turn and make their way towards the front and enter the streets of their newfound domain. I'm sure they walk in silence for a little while, even.
Yep.
If it's just the two of them, then I'll go handle the gold thing.
Okay.
Yeah,
You
nice.
start scooping up the gold bars, see how much you have.
Yeah, I want to get a tally and carry one off so I can get
Roll me an intelligence finance roll.
Well,
oh yeah, go ahead. What were you gonna say?
Can I just want to get a count of how many bars there actually are, and then I want to take the bar to like
if you have all of his gold, it's technically 5 dots of resources worth.
Okay.
Wow.
Whoa, all right.
That's why it comes. That's why I'm telling you, it comes with. It doesn't come clean. It doesn't come clean.
Okay.
You can
So then, there is no number that like it's not like 1 million.
No, there's no hard number
or,
beyond like having you do an intelligence finance roll to give like the dollar value of what you think is there.
All right, then. I want to take it to someone who will know because I have no idea.
You want to say that again?
I want to take it to someone that will know.
Okay.
The value of this.
We'll get to that in a second then. Let's,
sure. Go for it. Go do your thing.
Head over to Dakota and Ava. As like I said, they kind of walk in silence from the movie theater for a while, maybe even a couple blocks worth of just walking.
This is where I am supposed to ask you if you're okay.
And this is where I'm supposed to tell you that, yes, I will be all right. Your concern is appreciated.
Can I ask you a question?
Of course.
Why? Why bring him back?
I saw the opportunity placed in front of me, and at the time it seemed like it was gonna be a good idea, a seamless thing.
You keep saying that about everything that she offers you.
Yeah.
I think what I'm trying to say, Ava, is I'm real sorry about taking Zach's head. I'm real sorry that I got your mom's head taken too. I can't really fix that. And obviously you can't either. So,
Yeah. I know you didn't want to do it.
you know, in fact, I've kind of, I've come to the conclusion I don't think I really want to take heads at all anymore.
I can tell that this is not the route that you want to go. The route that the prince has placed so perfectly in front of you. And that's okay. You don't have to go with the opportunities placed so neatly in front of you like I do with Sandwich.
Yes. Again, opportunities.
Yeah.
I'm thinking that it's, at least now with the territory, and I have a train yard again, you know, and I don't, really want to have to take your heads ever. And we all know that that is possibly only a matter of time. So, I'm thinking that I may chat with the prince.
Well, if you need any help with that, I'm happy to do what's needed. It's not going to be an easy conversation, but I think
I
you've
imagine
made
not.
good enough favor with her that if you want to choose a different direction, you have the right to.
I just think it's time
I think
for
it
me
is
to
too.
not be under her thumb.
I think it's time for all of us to really assess where we're going. We're down to the three of us now. The three of us that have been together for worse for wear, through everything. Through the bottom and the highest of highs and the lowest of lows. So we really have to be together on everything.
Well, here we are now. Supposedly this is ours.
Yeah, it's
So, I feel like we're doing a pretty fucking good job. At least up to this point.
I agree. I think we've made really good progress for ourselves. I think we should celebrate our victories and these losses that keep coming regardless of whenever something good happens, it seems like immediately something bad happens. But
That's called cause and effect. Some believe that's the balance of the universe. Or so I read somewhere in some fucking book. Anyways, I think if that's how you really feel, then we should always leave the light on for Zach.
of course.
But I hope you'll move on. At least stop looking. You know, if he wanted to be here, he would. He's the cheekiest motherfucker.
Yeah. If he wanted to be here, he would. And he's not.
And I have a feeling that maybe there's a good reason. And he's just biding his time. So, cheer up, old girl. You got a fucking theater and a car. And, well, you killed the Chad, but you could get a new one. There are a lot of Chads on these streets, so could be a lot worse. And look, and I point at the end of the block, we have a library.
You know, you've gotten a lot wiser, Dakota.
Some people say that reading will do that to you.
I think it has. For you.
Maybe it's just made me more aware, which could potentially be, you know, when you're stupid, nobody gives you any responsibility.
Well, you've never been stupid. But you've definitely grown a lot.
I mean, I am 30 stuck in an 18-year-old's body, so...
Yeah, it's weird. Well, this has actually helped me a lot.
I think what we're doing's gonna work. I mean,
Yeah.
it's already here. We kind of took it, which made it a little easy, but like we can make it ours, you know? It doesn't have to be a place of deprivation.
I agree. So far, what we've done, it's coming along, so.
I guess we just keep doing what we're doing.
Yes. And enjoy what we have. And Ava kind of stretches out her arms and looks around the street block as this is all ours.
Some dude on the other side of the road like swears at the both of you in some drunken haze and throws like an empty bottle at you and continues to shamble.
That's my bottle. Thank you. And she'll take it.
Dakota actually probably smiles at that one.
Yeah.
Well, you know what? It's not perfect, but it's ours, and it's fucking home. And, you know, it could be worse.
Could be a lot worse. I know you liked that train yard, but I'm glad I'm not living in there anymore.
Well, I'm glad it's ours again.
Yeah.
Do Ava and Dakota stick together for the rest of the night, or do they end up separating?
I think that I would imagine we like walk the blocks up and down, and we're like, oh, this place could be turned into a like,
cute.
oh yeah, or it's like, no, that is not gonna be a fucking baby gap, like, so yeah,
we kind of go through and scout out all of the streets.
Love it. In the meanwhile, the camera rises and finds its way closer to Ollie's bar this time around, a little further north. A few blocks out, however, as we see Ollie mingling with some of the contacts that he has, some of the homeless that wander his streets. Can I please get a charisma streetwise check as you're looking to find somebody to do some accounting as you move into your criminal contacts would also be at a benefit here.
Sure. Okay, so charisma streetwise?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, okay, I can do that.
And you have a specialty, criminal contacts, don't you?
I do. I have a 2-dot contact, and
just add a 1 d10 to that.
Sure.
That roll. Okay, that's all. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6. That's 5 successes. That's wonderful. So my only question to you then is: are you looking to keep the gold in mortal criminal hands, or how? Sorry, are you whoever you're having to try to have to count this, mortal or kindred? Which side of the criminal sphere are you looking to reach out to here?
Mortal.
Mortal? Okay. That's a lot less problematic. In fact, if you wanted to, you could reach out to Magnar after a few calls and give him a ring if you wanted to work with him again. Is that something that you'd be willing to do?
Yeah, there's some mending that I feel like has to be done there, or at least some conversations since Red Pole went MIA, and we are led to believe that Red Pole is non-existent anymore.
Yes, you aren't sure what exactly happened to him. So after a little bit of conversation with your homeless contacts, you come to the realization that Magnar, if he's not the one to do it, he's the easiest one who would have a contact that could get it to you relatively quickly without having to dive too deep into like the Russian, or not the Russians, or the Russians themselves. You want to deal with them or the mob itself, or if you want to go directly to Kevin Jackson or Ballard, that would be their other option. But Magnar is who you reach out to, and within an hour, he said he'll meet you at your bar. He knows where your bar is, and that's where he plans to be. Your bar is open and running for business now, or no?
Well, you said it's been
a couple weeks.
It's been, well, since Grant's return. So,
about 3 weeks to a month, somewhere in there now.
Oh, okay.
Right.
All right. So then,
right?
Yeah, I think he spent most of that month in the hospital.
Yes.
Yeah, like he stayed up until the point where he was like, I'm ready to go, Chief. So I'm guessing it's been just a little under a week, but
okay.
I bet he's probably itching to get back, is my guess.
Sure. So if the bar is open tonight, then if that's that will be your call. Then when you make your way over to the Lights Out pub, you can actually hear the music of the jukebox downstairs kind of ringing outside through the doors, and the low murmur of voices as you pull the door open, and that low murmur becomes all you hear as it swarms and envelops you, and the door shuts behind you. Two people that you're familiar with actually waving. Your typical that older guy that sits at the end of the bar. It's kind of grumpy and ignores most people. He kind of raises the beer bottle to you, but doesn't make any eye contact. And you can actually hear Grant in the background shouting for Haley, like, "What do you need?" Like pulling orders.
Sure.
As you make your way into the back, he mid shouting for a cheeseburger, no fries, extra tomato. Sees you, and as soon as he shouts that up, he quickly kind of throws the burgers down, make sure they're cooking, turns and unties the top of his apron so it flops forward, and he dusts off his hands and he reaches out. "Hey, boss, long time.
It's good to see you. Not in the bed, all laid up and fucked up."
Yeah, well, it's good to just be back doing something fucking useful.
Yeah. How? Things look like it's kind of back to normal. I hope we cleaned it up well enough.
Yeah, people are happy to be back. Enough people who miss their beer out here for whatever reason are filling in. So
the beer certainly isn't that great. So maybe it's just the atmosphere.
Bud Light tastes like piss no matter where you drink, in my opinion. So
that's fair. So you're
good
though.
For you tonight. I didn't expect you.
Well, I'm meeting someone out front, but I was I'm glad to see you. I hope. Are you all right? Are you good?
The busyness of a night like this keeps my mind occupied. I'm feeling pretty good right now.
All right. How's Haley doing? I know she's been out for like a month.
I honestly didn't really talk to her.
All right, I'll pop in. If you need anything, I'll just be out front. I'm waiting on that Starburst kid.
Oh God, should I close the place down?
No, it ain't like that.
Are you sure?
Yeah, it's fine.
Hang on, I need to. And he kind of rushes out and walks out to the front. He's gone for a few minutes, and then he walks back with the pump action in his hand, and he just kind of puts it on the prep table. And he holds over the prep table, pops open them, just make sure it's loaded, double checks it. You hear it snap shut, and he kind of makes sure it pumps it and lays it on the table. I ain't getting surprised no more.
If it makes you feel better, then sure. But this is not that kind of visit. I promise.
Yeah, I've heard that before.
Well, do whatever makes you feel better.
It's not that I don't trust you, boss. I ain't trying to say I don't trust you. I trust you.
Better safe than sorry, right?
And he points and exactly.
Yeah, I get it. Well, I'll be up front if you need anything. Double up on your tips tonight. Don't worry about cashing out the tail. I'll make sure to get you a little more. And if you need anything else, I'm easy to find.
Yeah. Oh, thanks. And then realizing at that point, he looks over to the grill. It starts to burning. He's like, oh, fuck. Yeah. He puts the apron back on and begins to flip as you head your way out to the front. Haley swamped. She's actually in the middle of the dining room right now with a bunch of beers in hand, handing them out. And the bar itself is pretty packed. She makes her way over. This is a Friday night, and it's the first Friday night you've been open in God knows how long. And it's just absolutely buzzing. But before you can even grab a hold of Haley, a hand kind of puts a firm hand grabs your forearm. As you turn over, there he is, popping a Starburst from a bag that's already mostly empty.
I wasn't expecting you for a little while.
Yeah, I'm a good man of business. I'm early.
All right. Well,
Talk.
I nod to Haley, like giving her the hello, and
she nods back and smiles, and kind of surprisingly gives a frantic wave.
And push back to the table and curtain it.
Yep. And you take a seat and pull the curtain closed.
It's been a while since I've seen you, and I know things went a little tits up in that Red Pole job.
Yeah, you mind telling me what the fuck happened?
We went looking for Red Pole. We went all over the place. We exhausted all the resources, did everything we could. And then we caught wind from some of our own informants that Red Pole vanished. He's gone. As in, like, potentially even like mob gone. But we've seen hide nor hair. Nothing. There's no influence on the streets as far as we can tell. There's nothing.
And how am I supposed to sit here and believe that you didn't cut a deal with the guy?
Because I'm not that kind of person. You can take my word for it if you like, but time will show you that I'm honest. And if there's anything that you can learn from me, Magnar, it's being fair.
Well, you kind of caught me a little by surprise with so much honesty. But if all this is true and you want me to believe you're being any honest, I'm going to need a show of good faith. You fucked up our last deal. I don't know why you're calling me here, and to be honest, half my curiosity is the reason I even walked through your doors.
Well, I came across something. I know that you're good for a lot of things, and I'm extending some trust because it's not exactly something that I need hitting some of my side of the world. And I think it's something that you can do. You're capable of moving and laundering money, right?
He kind of just gives a very slight shrug, but no words.
I got something that I acquired that's probably a bit more of a historical piece, but I know that it's got monetary value.
You have my ears, good sir.
I will withdraw a bar of Nazi gold.
And you just kind of pink it right on the table, as heavy as it is. The table actually shakes a little bit, and it just echoes slightly, and his eyes trail from you to the bar. And you watch as they widen slightly, and then they look confused, and he needs to make a roll. He reaches forward and gently grabs it and drags it across the table and spins it so that the Iron Eagle is like right side up to him, and the G above it is obvious.
Yeah. Like I said, historical piece. And it's got friends.
Is that... I will need to get this confirmed. if this is what I think it is. And then I have about 1,000 questions.
Well, you got a knife on you? You can test to see if it's real.
Certainly, I could test to see if it's real, but I need to know if that branding is real.
Yeah, I think it's about as real as it's gonna get. My source says that it's authentic, straight off the truck. But as many friends as this has, I need this cleaned up, liquefied.
He actually reaches into his pocket, doesn't really touch the gold bar from this point on, and pulls out a pen, tapping gently on the bar. And this symbol. The hell's this?
You got me. I thought it was a mark or a grade.
That's not how they do shit. It's certainly not that fancy.
Listen, do I look like I'm from the Nazi era? I don't know how shit like this works.
How many of these you got?
I lost count at a few hundred.
Hang on, Mathis needs to take a note.
Now, Magnar, you and I both know the kind of work that you do, the kind of people that you deal with. I want to know more along the lines, I think I should probably warn you that there is some insurance on this. There are people that are infinitely scarier than myself that are asking me to move this. Power that's outside of my wheelhouse, if you get what I'm saying. Bigger guns.
Try to tell me your life is more dangerous than my life for some goddamn reason.
Now, I'm saying that if this goes south and you abuse that trust, you can't hide from shadows, kid.
He reaches into his Starburst packet, unwraps a yellow one, places it into his mouth gently. You're threatening me, and yet you present me with Nazi gold. I'm getting mixed messages here.
That ain't a threat. That's something I have to live by. Right now, this is something that I have to try to dodge too. And that's why I'm coming to you. Bit of a favor, because I know that I'm going to take a mild loss on this. And I do mean mild because I know about how much this could be worth. And I'm willing to shave off the top to make sure that you get your cut.
I'll bring it to somebody. I'll give you some value. Then I'll let you know how much I want.
I don't know how much this is worth, but I'm going to take another bar to a different person if I feel like you're running me around. That's why I said this is a trust thing, and I'd like our relationship to continue.
He swallows a Starburst and then stands up, dragging the gold bar off the table and kind of tucking it into his jacket, and zipping it up. It's good doing business with you, Mr. Hopkins. I'll let you know when I got an answer. I know where to find you.
Yeah.
And then he strides away, sliding open the curtain, and walking out the front door. We watch as Ollie sits there for a few moments.
That's not going to bite me in the ass. That's not going to be a problem at all.
And the camera will pull back, and the scene will soft change back to the movie theater. All three of the coterie coming together at the end of the evening.
Ladies,
So are we richer or something?
we're something. Yeah, we're something. It's, I went to my guy. You remember the Starburst kid? Magnar or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's really good at concealing his face. He has a strong poker face, but even he couldn't stifle back an eyebrow raise at this. He needed to verify a particular symbol. Now, I'm guessing you have gathered it's the Nazi symbol. But he did ask about the G. And I don't know what it is, but no matter how many times I pressed it out, it kept coming back. So I'm guessing it's kindred related.
Protection or
I just told him that
assurance?
it was something relating to the Nazis. And when he said that that's not how they did things, I just told him, do I look like I'm a Nazi? Do I look like I lived in that era? And he didn't say much. But going through him, actually going through anybody at this point, if they're going to liquefy the asset down, they're going to take a little off the top. I'm guessing in the ballpark of 5 to 10%.
Fuck it, that's not that much.
Yeah, that's probably
Not
fine.
really.
We have so much of it.
I also put in a fair warning that if he tries anything weird, that there's a lot more at stake than just gaining an enemy. So, in this particular trade, I found that fair and open threats of something greater than yourself tends to really stand your hair on end. Makes you a bit more honest.
Well,
So we'll see how it pans out. If all else fails and Magnot turns up dead, we lost 1 bar of a truck's worth. So
it's true.
there's that.
We should add some extra security maybe on that van.
Yeah, I mean, I can go back and brick it the fuck back up.
Does he know it's in the van, or did...
No, he has. Honestly, like, me finding out that it was in the van, that was probably, I guess that was the first of its getting out. And, well, that kid's not exactly going to share things.
Yeah.
He's working a real dirty trade. He's not going to share that on the streets. And if he does,
Yeah.
well, he's just kind. And he's going to be in all kinds of trouble.
Yeah. Okay. Well, once we hopefully have some real money, not fucking gold, we can start passing it out.
Yeah. What about you guys? How was your night?
It was good.
Well, yeah, we walked the streets. We haven't seen, what's his face at the church, have we?
What,
Needles.
Needles? Yeah.
Needles. We should probably maybe just let him know he's good to chill. Maybe if he sees anything funny, to let us know.
Yeah.
I say let him keep it.
Yeah. We haven't really kind of come together and talked about this. We just, we speculated a little bit. We spitballed, but we got 8 blocks. And I got a whole area that I'm trying to fix up, but I got my own assets to wrap up there. I'm not too worried about it. And Dakota, I'm gonna guess that this money is many more millions than we're gonna know what to do with right away. So dispersing it out, and making it legit so it as to not raise suspicion, because people get a little spendy. I know what it was like. I lived that life, getting some sponsorship deals
wait,
in
we're not
early
gonna
AM.
spend all of it.
No. I'm not saying you.
Oh,
I'm saying them. They start buying new cars. They start getting a bunch of clothes. They load up on the airs, and they act real off-putting, and that's when they tend to draw in, like, Gov. Big Brother comes in, and
we're not passing them thousands of dollars at a time. Just a few $100s to get them by. Think how much money the Baron took from them.
a lot, probably, a lot.
I'm not saying change their tax bracket.
Yeah.
Just
No.
like,
I get you. I get you. But I guess what I'm
little
getting.
Right.
Maybe we should consider other ways to kind of propagate the area, right? Like get more. What is it? Oh my God! If Zach was here, he would be so good at this shit. My dad used to say it. Doc, you gotta keep the economy going by like funneling into the local shit. You gotta keep it moving through the homegrown, the grassrooted stuff.
right, all of the local businesses.
Yeah. So then, why don't we start up we could start working on like a string of those,
That would, I mean,
Right.
Just out of character, that's exactly what Dakota's saying. You know that.
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. I
It's
just
just
want to
like-
make sure that
it's
I'm not
cementing it into
cementing it
Ollie.
Ollie's head. Yeah.
In
Okay.
character, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Sorry. Yeah. So Dakota.
she was like, yeah, exactly. We need to make sure the businesses that are already here stay here.
Hey, what if we bought them?
Bought the businesses?
Yeah. What if we bought them? Like we let them keep making their money, but we inevitably buy the deeds to the buildings and stuff like that.
Would you want somebody buying the deed to your building?
I mean, technically, I just went through the art of acquiring new building, and it's challenging, but it's not so bad.
I guess what I'm saying is the people living there. I mean, do they want, if they own that building, don't they want to own that building?
That's fair. Then maybe
we
we
give them an option. Some of the run-down ones are ours. We ought to flip those, do what we want with them. But give a little bit of autonomy to those that are already there. We need them on our side.
Yeah. That checks
Agreed.
out.
But just as long as we don't raise too many suspicions as this new family is in town, suddenly being so generous.
I mean, we only renovated the new theater, right? And maybe it doesn't hurt to introduce ourselves.
Mathis, is there a chance, I know this is a little bit more work on your part, but is there a chance that you could sort of like come up with some like dummy businesses in the area that we might, or like that we might be able to ask if it may exist?
Yeah, absolutely.
I think I did that. I
as
put a
say,
list
I know
together.
Dot already did that with a couple of them. So if there's certain small businesses that you'd like to have within your 8-block domain specifically, throw them my way. Like, let me know what you want. But yeah, like a liquor, like
Let
a
me
liquor
pull- let me
store, a
pull
pawn
that.
shop, like those all
Yeah, I
kind
think
of
we
are
had like a
around.
library. The library
The
was gonna be
libraries up
there.
in the northern corner.
I'm thinking
Yeah.
something a little closer to like funeral home / mortuary.
Mortuary would be a good idea. It'd be interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you will also get like what? How many? Did you already pick your building that you wanted? Has to be the one big building.
We picked the train yard
Oh, that's right. there's
as
the
the
train
like
yard
area.
before.
The
Yeah, a
adjacent
funeral
train
home.
yard.
I would say find like a small funeral home.
It's a good
What are you
idea.
looking for the funeral home for specifically, though?
A means to like, particularly, I'm looking for an incineration facility.
Oh, something to burn.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
And well, we are kind of in the business of essentially inevitably making bodies. Having a place that people can go to is never a terrible idea. A funeral
Yeah.
home seems like it might be booming.
Right.
Yeah. I'll find out. Yeah, I don't
Okay,
see why
here,
not.
Here are some ideas. Some the library, a comic book shop had been mentioned.
that's right, yep.
For shits and giggles. Army Navy surplus, some kind of nice, like there might actually be some restaurants or like dining places other than just ours. A cafe, maybe, or a bookstore of some kind. Drugstore, pharmacy, pawn shop, gas station, lottery slot joint had been mentioned. A small bank, the butcher shop had kind of been mentioned.
All right.
But I think a
Yeah, that's a
mortuary is
loaded
great,
8
so-
blocks. Let's make sure
Yeah.
let's
That's what I was
make sure
gonna
we
say.
look
This
at
was
all-
an idea list,
Yeah,
not
this is our
a
idea
for
list.
everything
We'll
list.
pick
Yeah.
and choose like 5 or 6 of them.
So,
Right.
So throw that on there. Put funeral home on that list for sure.
yep, on it. I see that.
Anyway, Magnar, he'll get back with me in a couple of days, is my guess. The moment that, he asked how many more these were. I told him I lost count on a few hundred. He got real excited about that, so I'm guessing that we'll hear from him sooner before later.
Hope he doesn't fucking rip us off.
Yeah. Yeah, well, if he does, it's only going to be of a single bar, and then he'll be kaput.
And what about this place, the theater? We should make sure we're working on this place as much as possible. And the question is, do we want to make this a more exclusive place, or do we want to straight up open it to the public?
Yeah, that was going to be my next question. How do y'all feel about it?
I'm not gonna be here either way. I kind of stand out like a sore thumb. And I'm technically underage.
Well, and you can walk into a tasting room. Anyone can go in, you just can't order a drink unless you got ID. Besides, remember, I was going to work an old cheesecake angle. That was,
Oh, right, yeah, cheesecake.
yeah, that's
mean-
the only reason to live.
I guess I don't really have a preference. I just know the more people, the more security we need.
Then I ain't that
Right.
worried about it. I can chase that dream elsewhere. I'm not so concerned.
So my thought would be exclusivity would be nice.
I
Now,
agree.
the shop itself, and I kind of gesture like the wine, and that shop can stay open and do its thing. But I mean, the theater itself, which is where we're potentially sleeping, we don't want a lot of foot traffic.
I agree. I think we could advertise it as a very exclusive theater that people rent out, but it's mostly ours and we rent it out every night. And when we want to have people, we allow people in. We have security. But I'm okay with having one section of it be more front-facing and our area be exclusive to us.
We need to staff it. A lot to think about. I refuse to scoop popcorn.
I feel like we're playing like the Sims portion of this, like trying to
I know.
All right,
understand.
we
How do
gotta
we-
design it.
Now we're like,
It's all this planning.
I mean, I don't know. It's kind of cool though, right? Like we're no longer like,
Yeah.
we own this street, but now it's like we actually own the street, and we've got to figure out how to make
You
it.
have to plan.
actually
Yeah.
legal.
freaking do it.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, I say we keep it hoity-toity. He fixed it up. It looks great. There's no reason to hide it.
Oh no! Wait a minute. How old is this place?
Few
Probably
decades.
from like this, 70s, 80s.
We got like, do we have any? How does? Okay, so like, I had an uncle used to doing classic cars, and they could have some things listed as like a historic piece. And if this is just old enough, this might be able to qualify as something like that, and can be closed off to the general public, yet still can have private owners, things like that. And this, we would be that. We'd be the private owners. So maybe we
I
figure out
see.
exactly
Look
how.
up some historical records, maybe. Figure out who owned the cinema before.
I might know a guy. No, probably not. I don't know. It's gonna be a little harder.
Right.
All right, I have an idea. We have a library, and the most we can do is see if we can't find some kind of local records. It is in the neighborhood, at least. I don't know.
Sounds
I'm sure there's paperwork to deal with. But
Yeah,
it was
we're not
we
going to
can
role play the paperwork.
Yeah.
Figure that out. So maybe we just need to, like, that could just be some research that we have to
Yeah.
do to figure out what this place was when it was built.
A lot of things we can kind of tidy up off camera at some point, for sure. But the night certainly is starting to come to a close. Hours are weaning down, and the sunlight is only maybe 2 or 3 hours out, and everybody needs to start heading home. Out of curiosity, is anybody staying at the movie theater?
Is
Not
there a
yet.
place for us to stay?
There might be a place you could it's pretty sunproof, but it's not particularly secure.
I
So-
I think I want to check the sewers in the area. I'd
Sure,
like to
you
see
start
what
looking
this
at the
area is
sewers.
like.
So we do
Sure.
know that there is a access point out back of the theater.
Mm-hmm.
We made sure that was like part of that for Ollie, so that there was direct like sewer access. I'm gonna pull up.
So you're going to spend the last couple hours kind of exploring the sewers in the nearby area. Ava, are you going to the Ivory Tower, or are you going elsewhere?
I think I would go back to the Ivory Tower.
Okay, you go back to the
I
Ivory
mean-
Tower. And Dakota, where
Yeah,
would you end
Dakota's
up?
going to her boat. She's not
Going to
staying
the
in the theater.
I want to see if there are any markings that might be native to my knowledge,
You're looking for Labyrinth Entrances?
or even like snitch notes on the wall.
Oh,
things
gotcha,
like that.
gotcha. No
Yeah.
problem. You will not find any Labyrinth Entrances nearby. However, there are a couple familiar markings that you will run across that I'll send you some notes on.
Sure.
Let me make a note of it to just tell you. Remember to write down what you find.
Okay.
Dakota, we start with you, however. It's the end of the month, and you've had a habit for the past few of them, all of them fruitless. And this time you've decided, much like, especially after dealing with the loss of Zach and looking for him, this would be your last. At this point, if what you're expecting to show up doesn't show up, then they probably didn't get out in the first place. That memory gets spurred by Ollie asking if there's any nearby sewer access, that he's going to look around for familiar things.
Yeah, I
And
look
so
up and I'm like,
Dakota-
oh, middle of the month.
The half moon.
And so Dakota, we see detour before she heads to the park, or before to head to the boat, to the park. A
Grab
park
some
where she,
beer, because like that was the plan. Is like always grab the beer, leave the
Yep.
beer.
Yep, bring some beer, and where hopefully that the one that was trapped in there makes her way out, and you have your conversation, or hopefully you're in with the lupines, waiting for the lupines to show up from the labyrinth that you left lockpicks for so long ago. And we watch as as Dakota makes her way into the park, a 6-pack in hand. What kind of beer do you get? Cheap stuff?
Dakota doesn't know. She doesn't drink beer.
Yeah,
Exactly,
what,
so
I
I'm
don't
curious.
have that much cash on me, so
She
like,
She got a dirty 30 of Tecate.
but you could rob.
like Paps maybe.
Pass? Oh, sweet. It's like not even a 6-pack in glass bottles. It's cans, like locked
Oh, it
by
is for
plastic.
sure
Yeah.
cans.
You
Yeah,
got
for sure
canned beer,
cans.
a 6-pack in her arm. as she walks to the nearby bush that she kind of hangs out in. She climbs up to a tree, sits on a thick branch kind of hidden in the leaves, and just waits, leaving the beer on the ground, hoping that somebody's going to arrive. And tonight, as an hour rolls by, Dakota's about to give up. Did she drink any of the beer while she has it, or did she kind of leave it?
No, that's not for me.
Not for you. Didn't know if you just.
I was about to say, she doesn't really drink beer. She only peels the labels, so yeah.
And as Ava's about to, I keep saying Ava, as Dakota is about to climb down the tree, we watch she digs her claws into the side, and you can hear the wood cracking and scraping as she slides down, putting the six-pack down for a minute and just kind of adjusting her clothes. She pulls up the six-pack again and turns. But as she's about to leave, as she spins around, there a figure stands, no more than a foot away. You didn't hear them coming. You didn't hear them arrive. There were no words, and you didn't hear breathing. But what catches you off guard particularly is that it's not the adult woman that arrived. As you look, there's somebody no taller than waist high, with hair messed and dirty, dirt streaks all across their face, no more than 9 or 10 years old. A young girl, looking up to you with wide eyes, wordless, her clothes tattered and ripped. Can I please get a resolve composure roll, memory? That's resolve composure, right? No, is that intelligence resolve is memory? I can't remember what memory is.
It would be the same either way for me. How about that?
All right, there it works.
How about it doesn't matter because it's the same roll either way. 2, 3.
3 successes. You recognize the face. This was one of the kids that was locked in the cage down in the labyrinth.
Oh, hi. I back up a little bit and put some space between us, like.
The child doesn't move, just watches you.
There's nobody with her?
As you look around, give me a wits awareness.
Okay. Oh, nope. I don't know why I keep
can't
doing
do
that.
that.
Can't do the sheet. Yep, here I am. I got you. That.
3 more. No successes.
Yep, no successes.
You don't see anybody. You look around quickly and no one else around.
Hi there. Are you?
They take one small step forward.
Are you lost?
Are you the one I'm supposed to find?
You got my note.
She told me to come find somebody here. I don't know. Are you the one I'm supposed to find?
It's okay. Who told you that?
I don't know her name. I was locked up with her. I was kept away.
Do you have a name? What is your name?
I think it was Jess.
Okay. Your name, you think your name's Jess?
No, the lady. I think her name was Jess.
What's your name?
Amber.
Amber. Okay, Amber. Would you like to have a seat over there on that bench?
She shakes her head. Oh, are you the one I'm supposed to find?
I left Jess a note.
When you say that, and you left Jess a note, she takes a couple slow steps forward before it breaks into a sprint, and she collides into your leg, locking herself around it with her arms. You hear and feel the gentle child weeping into your leg.
Yeah. Okay.
I hold my hands up as if the child is toxic, right? And I'm holding a 6-pack. I'm
okay. Hey, Amber. Let's talk. Would you like to just talk for a second? I got some questions.
She just continues to sob, words clearly trying to fall from her mouth, but she's unable to catch her breath.
I imagine I walk over with her around my leg to a bench.
You do the stiff knee walk where you swing wide your right leg every time you take a step as you make your way over to a bench nearby.
And when we get there, I'll kind of pry her off and set her.
You eventually kind of get her hands off. It's not hard. She's a kid and you're a fucking vampire. So popping her arms free and you kind of put her down on the bench.
Okay. Amber, how long were you there? Do you know?
She shakes her head as she wipes away the tears.
Okay. Do you know who brought you there?
I don't remember.
Okay. When was the last time you ate something, Amber?
She like looks down and almost embarrassed when you ask that question.
Okay. We don't have to answer that. Do you want a beer?
She
Probably not.
yeah, I was saying you cut
Probably
her off.
Dakota's like, probably not. Okay. Well, you know what? I bought these for you, thinking that, well, you weren't gonna be you. So you know what?
What do you mean?
I guess originally I thought I would be meeting Jess. Okay, well, you know what? I don't like beer either.
And then as she continues to say it, she goes the first time, and you are about to talk. She actually continues and goes and then she immediately starts to sob.
Okay. Why? Is Jess still down there?
She sobs harder.
Okay.
Harder
Wait.
now.
I haven't. You know what? Let's not talk about Jess. I don't like beer either. So do you know what I usually do when I get beer?
I pop one of the cans off and I
Okay, yeah, you pop it off the plastic. It
and
kind
I
of
like
crackles off.
shake the
yeah.
can really, really fast, and I hand her one, and I'm like,
Point this away from you and pull that tab.
She is sobbing right now.
Come on,
come on. I maybe like do it. Yeah, her hands on it, my hands over her hands, and
her
I like.
hand is a really gross and kind of mucusy and wet as you pull it from her face. It's like a snot trails from her nose to the palm of her hand.
Children are gross.
I pop this beer can and let it just like.
Yeah, and it fires across the ground, spraying on the concrete, going into the grass in the nearby tree. It just hits it sprays everywhere. And for a moment, Dakota actually looks down, almost hopeful that it fixed it. And you realize her hands, while they're being held there, her head is like buried into her shoulder, and she's just sobbing.
Okay, you know what? Let's give all of this beer to a homeless guy, and let's go get a slushie.
And as you stand up to bring her forward, she actually pops up off the bench and once again crashes into your leg.
All right, new plan.
And then she tries to start to talk, desperately trying to talk.
What did they do?
They ripped it. And she tries to like make a motion, almost trying to explain something that no 9-year-old should ever see. She tries to talk about them piercing or ripping at her throat, tearing down. And it becomes incredibly clear as this kind of funny situation turns to the realization that Jess was seen being ripped apart from throat to sternum, ribs pulled.
Probably by... Okay.
You could have a guess, but she could not give you details on who was doing it. It was hard to see.
I kind of pry her off again because there's just so much touching. Look, I'm gonna help you, okay?
She nods and she tries to compose herself.
You don't have I know that you don't understand everything that's going on, and that you saw some really bad stuff, right? But the good news is, I know where to take you.
Okay, you're good. Yeah. Well, I'll be safe.
Yeah, well, much safer than you were. How about that? But for now.
And she wipes her nose and she pulls her hand away. You see like it's so mixed to dirt, like that one clean streak on her finger just from the snot, but all the dirt was all over her hand.
How about instead of latching onto that leg,
Dakota goes down on 2 knees.
Get on my back.
Like a piggyback ride?
Like a piggyback ride.
Okay. And she wipes her face with both her hands, and then she reaches around and puts her arms around your neck, and you can feel just like, again, that mucusy-ness all kind of across you as she locks her away, her arms around your neck, and then you feel her legs wrap around the sides.
All right, hold on tight.
And she grips as tight as her 9-year-old body can. And we see Dakota stand up.
I stand up and I sling a skateboard to the ground.
You're just like collapsed to the concrete.
I grab 5 of 6 beers, and I start like moving towards. There's got to be like the World of Darkness equivalent of a 7-Eleven.
Yeah.
Open at this hour.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I pull up and I set her, or I guess she's on my back now, so screw it. I walk in, I buy a hot dog, a
You go
slushie.
nearby. Yep. You have a grab like one of the hot dogs in the rotating container like thing up near the front of the store, and you can actually hear as like the smell of food approaches. You actually can feel and hear her stomach immediately growl against.
Okay, I get 2 hot dogs and
you grab 2 hot dogs. You pay.
With what little bit of money I have left.
So you just reach in your money, grab the cash, hope it's enough, and as he's shouting at you like, "Hey, hold on!" You walk out the door on your skateboard and you kind of just skate off.
I give her, No, I toss a beer.
Dog.
Yeah, I toss a beer at a homeless guy on the corner. I'm like, take that,
absolutely.
Get rid of that. I need hands, and so I'll go find another.
There's a homeless guy at the corner. There, you hand the beer. He's like, if he asks which way I went, tell him I went that way, and you go the other way. And
Perfect.
Like,
exactly. And then I will skate down. I know where we'll go. I'll go skate down to Dakota's favorite place because she's feeling really out of her element right now. We're going to go sit in front of that mural and let this kid eat a hot dog and try to get her calmed down.
Absolutely. So you make your way more toward the Gold Coast area, north of downtown Chicago, where that mural is. And to your surprise, it doesn't look like it's changed all that recently. No extra teeth have gone missing, but most of them are already gone at this point. And you kind of sit up against it, saddle your way into an alleyway, and she quickly slides up against you. She sits next to you and pushes up against you. And as you hand her the hot dog, she doesn't even say thank you or a word before, and she just takes a bite right out of the middle. She gets a nice piece of the bun itself with the actual hot dog before she starts taking it and just like scarfing it down. If Dakota even tries to say words, she doesn't even respond. The hot dog is gone very, very quickly. She kind of like leans back and rubs her stomach. Do you have the other hot dog?
I give her the second hot dog. It's
you hand over the other one? She,
this is for her.
Immediately reaches over and just scarfs it down. She takes sips of the drink that you bought her and the slushie in the meanwhile, savoring every last drop. You can see her lips are getting bluer and her tongue is getting bluer as she drinks the blue Slurpee.
Do, you don't have any parents?
And she goes back and keeps eating.
Where are you from?
I would, and she kind of takes a nice, finishes up a bite. I had a little place that that nobody knew about that I'd sleep in.
I have one of those.
It's well, if you don't tell anybody. And she looks to you with like pleading eyes.
Cross my heart.
There's a window and a little store up that way, and she kind of points north. A ways that way, and they don't lock their window to their storage closet at night. And I pop it open, and I sleep in there. It's like warm, and the mop is like soft, and I use it as a pillow and stuff.
Okay. I used to live on a train.
Oh, that sounds so fun.
Would you, we can't send you back until you're rested and you're well fed.
I don't want to go back.
No, not back to the cage.
No, I don't want to go back to where I used to go. That's where they found me. I don't want to be there anymore.
Where you're not going back there. I mean, we'll talk about it later.
Okay. And she reaches.
I have a train yard.
This is good. What is this?
It's called Blue Flavor.
I like blue.
Yeah, I used to like blue too.
I think blue's my favorite color now.
It's a good color.
She just slurps it down, and then after like that third slurp, she suddenly just kind of goes.
It's a brain freeze.
Dakota laughs a little
She
bit.
hands it off to you very quickly, and she just is like clasping at her head as desperately as she can.
It'll pass. Give it just a second. Okay. I
don't like blue.
Yeah, me neither. Look, why don't you... okay. I will show you my hidey hole. And then tomorrow night...
Okay.
We'll go find you a new a train. How's that sound? At least for a little bit.
That sounds fun. A train.
We should, do you like dogs?
Not really. They scare me.
Well, they should. Well, I have 2 dogs. They're real nice.
Okay, I'll be brave.
Yeah. Okay. Are y'all done? She eat everything?
Yeah, the hot
Cool,
dog's
great.
gone. The Slurpee was in your hand. She handed it off to you after she got a brain freeze.
Okay, we're gonna need some.
I look her up and down. We need clothes and like a few
Oh, yeah.
other things. And oh my god. Okay.
Jesus. Okay,
Where is
well,
the plan for Dakota? Where do you plan on taking her
I
tonight?
think I'm gonna take her to the boat.
Okay.
I don't think I can leave her alone in a train yard for 24 hours.
You drop her at the Lights Out pub. It's also an option. I mean, not that Dakota would want to. I'm just saying you got the boat's probably the safest.
Yeah, we're gonna go to the boat. Okay.
Fine with me.
Dakota
Wheels her back, and we go down to the docks. And I was like, that's my boat.
Oh wow, I've never been in a boat before.
Well, it's actually kind of nice.
She kind of loses her energy a bit at this point, realizing yes, the bit of excitement about the boat, but as you kind of
Yep.
clamor on and whatnot, you realize she gets sleepier and sleepier, and the minute she gets comfortable in a pile of clothing and like pillows and such, you actually see her breathing slow, and she kind of drifts off to a slumber very quickly.
She's gonna wake up, and I'm gonna be a corpse. I like look around, and I'm like, okay. She can read. I do know that.
Well,
so
you don't know that actually.
Oh, fuck me. Okay. I look at the dogs.
They are one standing guard, one is sleeping.
Great. Oh, great. Be nice to her.
The one that's standing guard is the one, the happy one. He walks over to you and just kind of tongue flops out of his mouth.
She's gonna wake up before I do.
Okay, I like nod at the dog like he doesn't understand any of this. I'm taking it anyways.
Well, as you
She's-
you
she's
keep,
gonna
but I'm
wake up
assuming you're
before I do.
gesturing over to her.
Yeah, I'm like, she's gonna wake up before I do. Make sure that she's okay.
You say these, and the dog walks over, kind of pulls his tongue into his mouth, walks over, starts sniffing her. He actually pops up onto the pile of clothing after he smells her, does like
Okay.
curl up next to her, and then plops heavily, and lays his head on her chest, and looks over to you with sleepy eyes.
Okay. Okay.
I'll grab a bottle of water from upstairs and pin a note to it of some kind that's like, don't go anywhere. I'll be up
Sure.
at sundown.
Okay.
Lord. Now I guess I bundle myself up in the light tight hammock. Like,
Okay.
wind myself up so you can't see me as
You
a
could
corpse.
also you could step outside and simply meld with the earth outside your boat.
Oh, I didn't actually think about that. That's a good idea too. But I told her I wouldn't leave her. Oh,
Sure.
I'm so torn. Okay, yeah, you're right. I could meld with Earth. Yeah, I'll go out and
the note would be like, "I'll be back at night. Don't go anywhere."
I'll be back at night. Don't go anywhere. You're safe
Yeah.
here. And then I'll go hit what is basically the shoreline.
Yep.
Of the water there.
And we see you have to rouse check, right? You have to pre-rouse check when you meld with
Yes,
the earth?
I pre-rouse check when I meld with Earth. I'm gonna be hungry, y'all. Oh, roll one die. Yeah.
Yeah, no hunger. And as you step forward and kind of like settle your feet real quick, there's almost like a close your eyes moment, and you just watch as the earth itself kind of crackles apart and begins to pull you in slowly. The rocks move out of the way, and Dakota just onto the ground before the earth kind of naturally puts itself back together, slightly elevated, but looks perfectly natural. And you fall asleep for the evening.
Oh my god.
However, Ava, you are making your way to the ivory tower as we rewind time. And as you pour, I assume you avoid Chinatown nowadays.
Yes, I do.
So you walk wide of Chinatown over by the lower west side until you cross over the 290. And as you're over the 290 near East Village, heading back east toward downtown Chicago, you're in a throng of people. You always are. It's safe here, you can smell kind, and you can have these people do your bidding in an instant if you ever needed to, though the Masquerade breed would be large. But as you're walking and enjoying a rather quiet night, letting your thoughts pass by, trying to accept and settle on the new life that you seem to have before you, a voice behind you merely speaks out. Miss Ava Heloise, don't move. Keep walking. I ain't gonna say shit, neither are you. Nod if you understand. And you feel something press up against your lower back.
Well, he knows, whoever this is knows my name, so I will just nod and move forward.
You continue walking for a block and a half before eventually he makes you turn, avoiding downtown, but pushing further into East Village. Again, the royal hunting grounds, as you're well aware. Ava Heloise, twin brother, coterie of the loud ones, right? Dakota, Ollie. So let me know if I got the right one.
You seem to know a lot.
Good. Only seen your face a few times anyway. You tell me you don't recognize my voice.
Do I recognize the voice?
You may make me a memory check.
Okay, what should I roll here?
Resolve composure.
Okay.
You do recognize the voice. Sounds like Rowan.
And what are you doing here looking for me?
A lot of
Kid.
questions.
Questions.
Last time I was here, I almost got killed.
Yeah, I remember. And you show your face back here, looking for me, of all people.
You and I aren't so dissimilar, I've come to realize. And I want to talk to you. Listen, let's not play games, all right? We know why I'm here. Chicago is infested by your kind. They all need to be purged.
Yeah, I've heard it before from your kind.
Yeah. Well, thanks to your kind. I can't remember if it was you. But there's something bigger and more dangerous in the city, isn't there, Ava Heloise?
Look, you want to talk? I'll talk.
I understand, Ava.
You understand?
I don't like you. You could say words and make me do things I could never imagine doing without them. You're a curse and a blight, a disease on humanity. I understand that. But word on the street is you're very closely tied with whatever sleeps underneath this city.
You must have some very tight sources then to get that kind of information.
Your brother did go missing. Maybe I got him before he left the city. Tortured him for every piece of information that he had until his mouth was no longer useful. And I
You
took
need to
his head.
stop talking right now.
Then don't question where I get my information.
What do you want?
This city doesn't have a chance. If there is a deep, ancient creature sleeping underneath the city, it needs to be removed.
Oh, and you think you're gonna stop it? You and your little kids?
So then why don't you tell me right now that you enjoy doing her bidding, Miss Ava Heloise? Go ahead and lie to my face
I lie to everybody. What makes you think you're any different?
Because you didn't even answer my question. So, do you enjoy doing her bidding, Ava Heloise?
No. I don't enjoy it. I do it to survive.
Because your only other option is what?
To be ripped apart.
And die again? And you're
Die.
kind of too selfish to do it yourselves. And so you do the other. The opposite. What she asks. I get that. We are very alike. I understand that. The unfortunate matter is, though, the one that I serve is righteous and does serve God, and yours does not. So, through her words and her righteous indignation, we will clean and cleanse Chicago. And you can help us. I don't want an answer right now. I'm back in Chicago. And I've got work to do. When I need you again, I'll find you, Miss Heloise. But no, I won't be trying to kill you unless I need to. We could work together. Oh. And do me a favor and thank dear old dad for saving my life, why don't you? You feel the object in your lower back lift. Does Ava spin around?
Yeah.
As you spin around, people are bumping and pushing by you, but you do not see him.
Man. Oh.
There does need to
What
be
a little
reminder.
shit.
One of you did let him know that there was a deep, dark, ancient evil sleeping underneath the city.
We
It got
did do
slipped
that.
in front of him while he was bound up in the room early on in season 2.
I don't
So
even
he was
remember. It
aware
was
early.
quiet.
He just had a lot of research to do in the meanwhile.
Well, hope he found what he was looking for.
Ava, what do you do from there?
Ava doesn't want to go back to the tower. She doesn't want to go back to the ivory tower at this point. She's going to go to Ollie's bar and crash there for the night.
Where does Ollie crash? Does he crash at the bar as well? Okay. Ollie, as you're getting ready for the evening and kind of saying goodbye to Haley and Grant as they kind of finish up for the evening, Grant actually making sure he says to you before he leaves, like on his next day off, he'd like to have some words with you if you have some time. Not like I'm angry, but just like I'd like to talk, basically. But as you're saying goodbye and they're leaving, you actually hear the back door open and shut. Heading downstairs, hoping that you're not about to be invaded by Magnar, who decided to get too eager for his own good. You're actually greeted with an Ava, who might be confused looking, but is walking briskly. Last she said she was heading to the ivory tower.
Hey, do you mind if I crash here tonight?
You get lost?
I don't want to go back to the tower.
Yeah, I mean, I got the rooms in the back. They're not exactly 5-star, but I mean, I hope they work.
It's fine. Look, first thing tomorrow night, we need to talk.
Sure, yeah, it's not a problem.
I'm done with today. I need to rest.
All right, yeah, okay.
Ava makes her way to the nearby room and Ollie down to his haven. As the sun's about to rise, Dakota, you're good, but Ava and Ollie need rouse checks. Dakota, as you rise from the ground, automatically it parts like a solid C, and you kind of rise up on a pedestal of dirt.
Shake my dreads out.
No hunger gain for the both of you. Fantastic. Dakota, we'll come to you in a moment. However, the first thing Dakota would see as she turns to face the boat is you see the kid sitting cross-legged, playing with one of the pups, just thoroughly enjoying it as the other one sits and is as alert and guarding as always. However, as the night begins and Ava wakes up and Ollie wakes up, the first thing the two of you would do would bump into each other. You will rouse at the same time. It really, sleeping feels like blinking. To you, you were just,
Yeah.
it feels like you were chatting 5 minutes ago. And all that turmoil that you felt a moment ago hasn't really gone anywhere. You still feel frustrated, you know?
Sorry, I haven't had the time to put on my face yet. You said you wanted to talk, though.
Yeah. Maybe you should have a seat.
Yeah, I've just learned that sitting's not great. I can't react that way. At least not quick enough. Just hit me with it. Hit me with it. Let's start the day off on the worst foot. What happened?
On my way back to the tower last night, I ran into somebody that I didn't even run into them. They found me that I was not expecting. It was your son, Rowan, found me specifically.
I might just go back to bed.
I told
don't-
you
Well,
you
then-
needed to get your beauty sleep before this one.
You, well, you walked back here.
Yeah. He didn't kill me. As a matter of fact, he doesn't really want to kill me, from what he's told me. Not unless he has to. That he and I may have some things in common. Appealing to my empathetic side or something. That he knows about what sleeps under the city. And he wants to stop it.
Well, shit, did you
Min-
tell him to take a fucking number? Because, like, who ain't? You're either riding the coattails of power or you're trying to climb above it.
Look, I find it adorable that he thinks he and his little crew, led by that crazy Layla, think that they can take on the sandwich.
Hey, hold on. Let's not sell it short, though. He did something that we couldn't. He took out the Giovanni. He walked into Chicago and into Chinatown. He's dug up information that we've not. If he found out about it, sure. I mean, there was that there was that time when he was sort of bound to a chair, the lips started flapping, and I think we let some details fly, but aside from that, I don't... If he's a chip off the block, the apple didn't fall far from the tree. He's good at finding information.
Clearly.
So maybe he's got some news that we don't. And I mean, why didn't he come to me?
Because he knows that I'm the most involved with the sandwich. And he knows I don't want to be, but that's how it is. I think he understands in some weird way.
That don't exactly make sense. I don't know.
I think
How could he understand it?
because he's in something he doesn't necessarily want to be in as well. He was placed in...
Did he say that?
He compared Layla to Sybil.
Oh. Oh, no. Oh, yes. That is the most neutral news I've heard about my son in ever. That's also scary. And man, that's a whole level of feeling I don't know if I was ready for.
Yeah. This is... Your son's back in Chicago. That's all I can say, Ollie.
He's not going anywhere.
No, he's not.
There's no, we can squash every ally angle and tree of finances possible, and he will still thrive. Did he say he was going to try to contact you again, or?
If he needed me, he would. He's pretty good at tracking.
He's been watching this place. You think he's still watching it?
He might be. Or at least one of his people.
I need to get a line to him. We should talk to Dakota. We gotta get a
Yes.
line to her.
It's at that moment the door opens and Dakota walks in, but we must rewind time first. All the way back to when Dakota comes out of the ground and spins to see a child playing with one of your pups. Giggling and laughing.
Check. I go over and I say, "Did you you slept okay?"
Oh, hi! And she waves and she stands up and finishes playing with the dog. What did you do today?
Slept.
You slept all day?
I work night shift.
Oh, where were you? Where I didn't see. Where were you sleeping?
I have different places elsewhere. Like I said,
okay.
lots of different places. I wanted you to not be interrupted. You didn't look like you've slept in a while.
Oh, it was really I slept really good. Thank you.
You can come back here tonight if you need to.
Really?
Yeah,
Can I come back whenever I want?
for now. Until we find you a better place.
Okay.
Okay.
Can I play with the dogs? I named this one Bop and this one Jam.
That's way better than what I named them.
And she starts playing with the one the one that's awake and not paying attention.
I know you don't remember much. But I want to be honest with you.
Okay. You're making me scared.
Well, world's a scary place. And you told me you'd be brave. Okay. So the people that took you, they're like me, okay? And
What do
they
you
took you because you're different than I am.
How?
It's like cats and dogs. They don't always get along. They're just different, right?
But we get along.
We're what some people might call an anomaly.
Why?
Because that's just the way shit panned out, kid.
Why is that the way it panned out, though?
You don't remember anything about who you were before.
I've always been on the street.
Your family, the others like you,
What do you mean?
I know where they are.
What do you mean? I don't know what you mean. What
I
others
mean-
like me? You're like me.
I, was a lot like you.
Why aren't you anymore?
Because some bitch decided that it needed to be different than it was. I am
What's a bitch?
a female dog.
Oh, and she looks over. Like Jam?
Jam is most definitely male.
Okay. Then like Bop.
Just like that, sure. I guess what I'm trying to say, kid, is I'll help you.
Well, what? This is stupid. Why can't I be just like you then? I'll be like you. I won't be like them.
We don't always get to choose
Well, I'm choosing right now.
I need your help with something.
Okay.
I don't think what was done to you or to Jess was right. People can be different without doing that to one another. There's a lot that I don't know that I can explain to you, kid.
Okay.
But I can tell you that when the time comes, you'll understand what I'm talking about. And I want you to remember that no matter what anybody tells you, I'm not bad. You're not bad.
You saved me. You're not bad.
I tried to save more of you. I wanted to let you all out, and I'm sorry.
Well, I'm gonna keep coming back here anyway, whether I'm different or not.
Yeah, that's my fear.
Don't be brave.
Yep. The one thing Dakota Rain is known for.
So you going to do work?
I am.
Can I come?
Not to this one.
Can I stay here and play with Jam and Bob?
Well, kid, you've got something that a lot of kids will never have. Something called freedom. You can do whatever you want.
She actually just jumps up, yay! And she actually reaches down and like tackles one of the dogs.
Okay. You can't stay out too late.
I'm not going. I'm staying right here on the boat.
Okay, well, I'm gonna try to find you some clothes.
Can you bring me another Slurpee?
Yeah. I'll bring you something even better. Do you like the
Okay.
sandwiches?
Sure. Yeah.
I have a friend who've heard makes the best sandwiches.
Oh, that sounds good. Not blue though.
No blue sandwiches.
Yeah. Gross. All right.
Don't go far.
I'm not going
back.
anywhere.
I'll be back before the sun is up. Just
Okay.
don't let anybody see you.
Okay. I'll go downstairs.
Okay.
And she just goes.
There-
Shh, and she.
Oh, yeah. Oh, there's a... Do you read?
I can't. Some kinda a little bit.
There's a book. Down there. Far right bottom stack. It was my first book. Some fairy tales and some shit. You might like it. Maybe.
Okay. I'll go look. Thanks,
Okay.
Miss Dakota.
Yeah, kid.
And she kind of clambers down the stairs.
I look at the two dogs and I was like, she doesn't go anywhere. Do you understand?
They immediately stand up. One
And
sits
don't
up the
harm
top.
her in any way.
One
She's
sits at
the
the top of the alert. The other's the fun one and kind of climbs down the stairs.
Great. Like, just keep her entertained. I need her as leverage.
And it's at that point the camera hard cuts to the door opening to Ollie's bar. And that's when Dakota walks in.
Well, that was like perfectly timed.
Almost like it was planned.
That
We
makes
should
me
take a
nervous.
break here, actually. Let's
Oh,
take a
okay, that's
we're a little
yeah,
early,
yeah.
but this is a good moment
Okay.
to break. And then
Okay.
we'll come back in about 5 minutes, everybody, and we'll return with some more stuff, or 8 minutes, or whatever it is. We're gonna go drink or grab a drink, go pee, do what you got to do, and we'll be back. Hello, everybody. Welcome back. We're just going to pick right up where we left off as Dakota walks through those doors of the Ollie's bar almost on cue, like there's a director or storyteller of some sort slowly conducting things behind the scenes.
That's some meta AF business right there.
So
Okay.
Dakota, having just left your child now behind the boat, your daughter.
Not those things. It is not that. It is definitely not. Dakota's like, you can.
Maybe
I
Dakota's
imagine
even
both
saying
of
it out
you
loud.
can,
She's like arguing in her own head. She's like, it's not. Hello.
It's not. Yeah, I'd like come in. You can probably see that there is something on my mind, but I come in with purpose nonetheless.
And that's after. And as you walk in, Dakota, Ollie looks taken aback, and Ava looks wordless. It's clearly something happened.
Who died?
Dakota, do you need to have a seat for big news? Ollie has decided to stand.
Okay.
I stayed here at the bar last night.
Nostalgia?
I wish it was that. On my way back to the tower last night, I ran into somebody I was not expecting to see in quite some time, and it's not Zach, unfortunately. It was Rowan.
Nope. Nope. No.
Yeah, I know. I know. He found me, of all people.
Was it a polite conversation?
Polite. Well, I mean, he didn't drive a stake through me, so I guess that's polite.
But he did threaten you.
He clearly wanted to make it known that he is aware of the situation in the city with the sandwich, and that he and his crew, his vampire slaying crew, is going to try to do something about it.
Oh, are they now?
That's what I said.
Well, let
And
him
that
try.
he's officially back in Chicago. So that's something we all have to look forward to.
So I guess he's licked his wounds.
Yeah, that, and maybe has been doing his research on what's been going on in the city.
Okay. Ollie,
Yeah,
how are you feeling?
I'd feel a whole lot better if I knew that my son wasn't exactly reenacting the Lost Boys right now. But, you know,
I don't understand that reference. But,
it's from a movie. I'll show you another time.
okay.
I don't really know what to say, you know?
He's very aware about my situation with the sandwich.
How did he find that out? What a... Ollie, your son is a shithead.
I know when he was at Crowley's place and all that went down, there were words thrown around, but I'm guessing he gathered context clues and did a little digging. He's a shit. He's tenacious.
Okay. So he also wants... what we all want?
She said that he compared Layla to
Just
Sandwich.
he
Oh, he's... You're telling me he's having second thoughts?
Didn't quite come across as though he's having second thoughts to you, Ava. It more came across as though he understands your plight. He just sees Layla as righteous and God's tool, and so what she does is correct.
Means to an end.
he seemed to ask a lot of questions about my situation. As if he feels for me and what I'm going through right now. With the sandwich.
Under the thrall of the sandwich.
Yes. And
So Layla's pulled the reins a little tight.
I think he does believe in what Layla is doing.
I don't think he feels for you. I think he might empathize, but I still think he sees you as a target.
Okay.
Of course.
What is Layla doing other than purging kindred?
Training, right? That's what we gathered. She's
Holy justice.
taking kids under her wing, and she's turning them into super badasses.
Basically, yeah.
Which I can see how they did that with Rowan, but how's she gonna do that with Crowley's kid? Crowley's kid ain't a kid anymore. She's, what, in her 30s? She ain't exactly gonna be coming out the gate like a fucking gymnast.
Yeah, but there are different ways to fight war,
Yeah, that's fair.
not just soldiers.
Well, if anything, I don't think he wants to
Okay.
kill us personally, unless we
Well,
get
I don't
his
want
way.
to fucking see him. Sorry, Ollie.
I don't think.
I don't think we have a choice in it. He's gonna keep showing his head up, regardless. He's gonna poke him wherever he sees fit, right?
Well, I can't promise that I'll be nice.
I don't want to be nice, but I don't think I have a choice. Like I want to. I want to kick the kid to the curb, but what little of my heart is still left is just not. It's not gonna do it. Especially if maybe. Why now? Why? Why is he? Is this just an angle that he's working?
I mean, you did save him and all of that.
Oh, but he totally saw me as this fucking like super rage beast. I'm probably the last person he
Who
wants to talk to.
Kept Crowley from beating the shit out of him.
He has big information now, bigger than all of us. He's going to use that. They're going to use that. They're going to try to do something about it, I guess.
Should I try to get in contact with him?
He said that if he needed to find me, he would.
I don't like that.
I don't like it either. He found me in the bustling streets.
He knows
Not
where
f-
my boat is.
He knows where we're all at.
He knows where we hang out.
He doesn't know about the theater, though.
Yet.
Let's keep that on the DL, shall we? That means at least it's somewhat safe. Ollie, you can take the sewers there, right? Stay off
Yeah.
the streets. If we can keep him from tracking us, at least that buys us some time to figure out what the fuck is going on.
Yeah, I don't mind moving through the sewers. I mean, I can't ask you guys to do the same. How are you gonna keep eyes off you?
I don't know. It's kind of hard to... I'll figure it out. I guess I could stay at the rooftops.
What about you? I know it's kind of taboo. You want people looking at you all the time, right? So I'm kind of asking a lot. Like, how do we keep eyes off of you for a change?
It is hard to keep a low profile for me.
Okay, but you do have a car, a new one, that he doesn't know about. It's not
true.
Crowley's van.
I've done it before, keeping a low profile. It's not
And
impossible.
I imagine him following you to the Ivory Tower is not a good idea either.
Some brass balls, man. Following to the Ivory Tower.
Yeah, we weren't that far, actually.
Oh, Lord.
So, what?
Maybe we... Right, knowing your target, knowing like the enemy thing, right? That's putting yourself on safe grounds. If we keep a place for a point that he's familiar with for negotiation's sake,
I don't... Look, I suggest that I'm not there for any form of negotiation with him.
Yeah. No, I understand.
I just can't.
I'm mad at you. I get it. I understand.
Yeah.
Look, I
I'm
guess
a-
if he talks to you again, I mean, see if it's more amicable for you, if he's interested in going through me. Unless you want that angle.
I'm happy to negotiate with him. I'm actually
All right.
curious as to why he's targeting me specifically. It's interesting.
Maybe
So
he doesn't
I'll-
feel as threatened by you.
I mean, he's seen
his
what I can
mistake,
do.
but whatever.
He's seen what I can do, but
Maybe he thinks that you can talk to him.
I don't think he's going to kill us right now. And I don't plan on killing him right now. It's kind of a neutral ground, at least, for the time being. We have other enemies to worry about.
So what? Are we gonna work with the kid on getting rid of the sandwich?
I don't know. I just think we should see what he has to say, or see what he has planned. He's clearly planning something.
I don't like it. Fine. If you think we can have some kind of neutral ground. But I'm only there in case he fucks up. I don't want to talk to him.
That's fair. In the meantime, we have our own problems to worry about.
Right. Hey, Ollie. Do you have groceries?
Yeah, and we keep the place stocked. Why?
Can I get some groceries? And
You
a
want, like-
sandwich. A good one.
You want like a ham? A block of cheese?
I don't know, like what normal people live on.
Yeah, you just want me to cook you up something? You got some friends? It's the boys, right? It's the dogs.
Yep. They're so hungry.
You know what? I ain't gonna ask.
Yeah, don't.
much you
at
want?
The moment, not a lot. I need a sandwich. I promised there would be a sandwich, and then just.
You hear where you're in the bar, right now?
Yep.
You're in the back room.
Yep.
You hear in the front. You hear Grant shout, "Hey, what?" Yeah, as you look over, he's actually looking through the kitchen window. He's like, "Hey, get that kid out of here!" And you just hear like quick footsteps before the kitchen door swings open, and this ratty-looking kid with eventually 2 dogs in tow come running in, and she looks up quickly around, sees Dakota, and you hear again Grant going, "What the boss? There's this kid in your fucking bar!" And
Grant, shut the fuck up!
she comes running over and collides into you and your arm, and into your leg rather.
Groceries.
Yeah. For the boys.
Yep. For the dogs.
She pulls herself back a little bit and looks up to you, and she goes,
Hey, how
a man
about
heard
that?
us. I was playing with Jam and Bop, and
Right.
and a man knocked on the boat and said, hey, who's in there? And I just ran.
What kind of man?
I don't know. He was like wearing a uniform.
Like a security guy?
He had a flashlight.
Yeah, okay. So
I
last
could,
night
and she
was
goes, I could.
we
and she waves for you to
Hey.
crouch down.
Dakota, catch us up later.
Okay.
Do
Can I
you
get that
lean down?
sandwich now? Yeah.
Hey, kid.
Yeah.
Hey.
I could smell you, so I followed your smell.
Do we hear that?
What's awareness?
Dakota looks so guilty right now.
Yeah, she was just she shoot up after she was just
Yeah,
like,
she's like,
Ah, damn it. I forgot. The sheet's down.
the sheets down ya.
Ava heard it for sure. 3 successes for sure. Bub with 3. Yep, you heard it as well. Ollie and Ava both heard her semi-whisper. I could smell you, so I followed your smell. And then Dakota shoots up.
Frequently.
I'm gonna rouse the blood.
Yep.
But so I can smell something different. Not Dakota.
I see.
My hunger goes up.
Yep.
I
You're
want
trying to
huh?
smell the beast up, basically, right?
Yeah.
What you're doing. Forget what the
No,
ability is.
I'm not. I'm actually trying to smell Dakota.
Oh. You walk over to her. I mean, Dakota, now that you think about it, you've smelled Dakota for a long time. She has a scent. I mean, sure, you all have a scent, though. Everybody has a scent.
You don't
It's hard to smell over the perfume.
really stink. Smell kind of nice.
Okay,
Hey, what's the
This
kid's
is-
name? Kid, what's your name?
this is
Hi.
Amber.
And then she looks up to you as you, like, she gets her attention. She goes, hi.
This is my friend Ollie.
Mm-hmm. She gets really close to Dakota when she looks up to him.
Yep.
I'll crouch
Ollie.
down, like in that.
Yeah, the kid, like,
Crouch
you know,
stance.
get eye to eye.
So, Dakota, did you find your new friend somewhere, or?
Why don't I make everyone some sandwiches first and put her in a place with bop and jam? You want sandwiches?
Yep. Boys want sandwiches?
That one walks over to you and is super happy. The other one's sitting at the door, facing the door, just guarding it.
What's it? You said your name was what?
She leans over to Dakota and whispers, should I tell him my name?
Yeah, go ahead.
He's scary.
It's kind of like a mask.
No,
He's actually a softie underneath.
no, he's scary and she's scary too. And he points over to Ava. Or she points
What?
over to Ava, rather.
Most people say she's real pretty. She likes that.
I don't like him. And then she kind of leans out. Amber.
Hi, Amber. My name's Ollie. I've known Dakota for a long time, and I'll kind of push my hand out to shake hers, see if she'll shake.
She doesn't. Actually, she steps back a little bit further, putting herself behind Dakota.
Okay.
Remember that note I left you?
No.
The note I left Jess?
Yeah.
Yeah. They helped me make sure you got that note.
Okay. Maybe now becoming clear to Ava and Ollie what exactly is before you.
Right.
I don't think Ollie, because Ollie was like, don't tell me the details, but I feel like Ollie
Oh.
might.
Ava knows. Ava now knows. It comes to
Might pick up on
It
it.
dawns on Ava what is potentially in front of you.
Let's have a sandwich, and we'll go for a walk, okay?
Yeah.
Get out of here. You shouldn't really run into bars, kid. Just,
I just followed where you went.
I know that. But, like I said, I work the night shift, and, we'll talk about it later. We will figure something out.
Let's start with something simple. Hot or cold? You want a hot sandwich or a cold sandwich?
Hot.
All right. You
It's
like
an emphatic nod.
you like sweet or sour?
Sweet.
Sweet. Okay. You like cheese and no cheese?
Yeah, cheese. I like cheese.
All right.
Nothing
you want
blue.
sweet? Nothing blue. Blue?
I don't like anything blue.
Nothing
Yeah,
blue.
yeah. Miss Dakota bought me blue drink and it was gross. It hurt.
All right. 2 questions more. You like bacon?
Yeah,
And do you like peanut butter?
yeah.
All right. Peanut butter bacon Sammy. Here we come.
Go.
Yeah, and as he stands up and leaves, she actually kind of steps out as he
Doesn't
steps
sound
away. And then kind of faces you, Dakota. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to.
Don't ever have to apologize to me. Ever.
And she's like, she'll go find a seat somewhere nearby.
I was about to say, I'll give her, I'll grab one arm and be like, bloop, and set her on a stool next to me.
That works. And you plop her on a stool next
Yeah.
to you. but she won't move from that spot.
Ava will
Eventually,
just sit and kind of stare, like
Eventually,
unsure
as
what to say.
Ava
breaking
and
out.
Ollie would have time with Dakota without the kid around.
Ollie's just breaking out, like making a hyper thin patty. There's a local joint that makes a peanut butter, bacon, and thin, like medium
So
patty.
good, so
Um,
good.
That
that they
sounds
put-
weird.
It's an odd combination, but they put jalapenos on it, so it's the sweet and like the spicy with it.
Oh damn!
This is like me at that donut shop.
Yeah,
Tracy
the
and
donut
Maggie.
shop.
This is me like sweet and savory.
It's
Delicious.
it kicks and it hangs with you for so long, but I don't know. Maybe I'll put the jalapenos on the side, see if she's into it.
Yeah, okay.
Well, as Ollie's cooking and you kind of leave her on the stool, eventually, as he's making it, the three of you will have time with her separate.
So, that kid. Not just an ordinary kid, Dakota.
It would.
As Ollie's the first
We-
time hearing this.
Can we roll to see if we remember this kid? Because we saw them in the cage.
Yeah, it would be memory check.
Yeah, what
I
is
would
that?
be looking for at least 3 successes.
That's what am I rolling exactly?
Resolve composure, I believe, is what we
Resolve composure?
Might
Okay.
not be right, but I can't remember. It might be intelligence composure, honestly.
I do not know.
That's
But
fine. Give me resolve composure because we'll be just doing for this episode.
yep.
Works for me.
Ah, sheet.
Yeah, manual.
I keep doing it too, man.
No, I'm so spoiled.
2 successes.
Not enough to remember the face. I need Ava's roll.
I mean, I'm
Oh,
pretty.
is it up there?
I was gonna say I don't.
You may, even if you don't know the face, the
Okay.
mention of the note has it
Okay,
pings a memory at the
that's-
very least. You may not recognize the face though. So no,
That's-
you don't recognize the face. You didn't see him long enough. It was dark. It was.
Right.
You don't remember the face either. There. Ava,
Okay.
But so you
Okay.
just have your inkling, your hunch.
Okay. And so Ava says that not an ordinary kid. How did you find her?
So Crowley and I, we left a note in the cage, right, with what we assumed were, and my expectation was that they might help John escape. It looks like she is what escaped. That's it.
Just her.
So now, obviously, Ollie hearing all this realizes it's a child potential lupine.
She doesn't know or remember anything. I left on the note to meet at the half moon of every month for a while. I've been buying shitty ass PBR and going and sitting in a park by myself. Nobody ever showed up until last night.
Ollie's just cooking. He's listening. He wants to hear the whole thing, but he's got to focus. Like, this is all his focus right now is making this.
This is what I know. It seems that she was taken. She was living on the streets before. I can't even give her back to somebody. She's just alone. So I let her stay at the boat last night. And tonight, and well, she doesn't, I don't think that she knows what she is at all. So what am I supposed to do? Go drop her at the airport?
I think we should return her.
To who?
Well, I mean, you know them better than the rest of us.
I don't. I don't. I just wanted John free.
Why don't we just not sweat this for a second? Kids are weird for all of us, right? As like his back is turned, making sure that he is cooking the appropriate way.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, the same here.
kids, right?
That's why I said weird and not hard. So, let's just do a research and get them back to the appropriate kin. And, I'm not about putting them in an orphanage for a myriad of reasons.
Yeah. I would rather not.
Well, I think that's fine. I think if we want to talk to the kid and maybe try to figure out the situation and then make a plan.
How am I supposed to tell her? Am I supposed to be like, hey kid, you're a werewolf, yo?
The same way we tell our kind what we are. It's not an easy conversation.
Yeah, but I feel like I'm not supposed to be having this conversation, right? This is like trying to have the birds and the bees conversation with somebody else's kid, you know? I can't.
She doesn't have anybody else.
Okay.
Look, this is a responsibility that dropped into your lap.
Yeah.
I don't mind helping out where I can.
No. It's fine.
Especially with like something like this. This is easy. And you know what? I like doing it.
Okay, fine. I will tell her after a sandwich
She's a werewolf?
that she has to go somewhere else.
Or the... Man, it can't be that. Like it...
Can't it?
We...
If they find out we are keeping her, we're dead.
They
And
even know who
we're
she
no-
is.
Why did I didn't write that note for shits and giggles, just to kick up dirt. Those people, and I know both of you understand that, don't deserve to be down there. Even if they are something other than we are. But no pack deserves to have their alpha locked up. And no alpha deserves to be treated that way. And that is a lost pup. And you're right. She has to go back to her pack.
I mean, we can always just wear a fucking sign, right? They smell us. She smelled you out.
Yeah.
You walk into the park, they're gonna smell you out, right?
Yeah.
Maybe we do the disastrous and we look for them.
That was my thought.
I agree.
She's not gonna want to go.
She seems to have taken a liking to you very quickly, clinging to you.
Yeah.
But
Okay. I will. Until we can figure it out, I guess we could keep her on the boat.
yeah, I think that's the best option.
I'll have to figure out what to do about security.
Right, and make sure she doesn't wander off during the day.
The security could be handled a number of ways. If you're concerned, Dakota could try and have a conversation with them. Ava simply could just enthrall one of them. They're mortals. It's not difficult to sway them.
It's true.
But the consensus currently amongst the three of you then is to keep her for now on the boat and attempts to reach out to the lupine to the west.
We certainly don't want to go to the airport. That sounds like just the utmost form of danger.
Yeah, Brighton Park is probably the best option. I mean, okay, Mathis, over the 10 years, I was at least trying to watch them. Would I know patterns? Like, would I be more likely to get in contact with them at the airport or in the park?
You know for a fact that if you walked anywhere near the airport, they would get to you before you got anywhere close. You know that's going to be quick. That would be the fastest.
Okay, so
Brighton
bad.
Park or whatever. What's the
Brighton Park?
No, it's not Brighton. It's Berwyn.
Berwyn, yeah.
Berwyn is where they reside. You could walk in there, and it might, you don't know. It depends on how close they are and whether they smell you out, and it depends on if they can tell how strong the worm is and how close they are.
Okay.
But they are actively, as far as you know, keeping the airport locked down, so you know that they would approach you a little quicker in that regard.
But we also know that the airport is under supervision of both the SI.
Of SI?
Yeah.
The other airport is SI. The other one airport is werewolves. The other is SI.
So it's the opposite. Yeah. Okay. So there's one that's just the lupine, and that's so okay. 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 How about that sandwich?
Yeah, I'm almost done. You think she's a kettle chips kind of girl?
I have a feeling she hasn't had anything to eat in a long time. So she's a yes, please kind of a girl.
Sure, I got it. All
Finishing
right.
up the... Oh, please.
Easy enough. It's pretty much done. It doesn't take much.
Yep. You bring it out, and she places it in front of her, and she, once you kind of step away, and very clearly, both Ava and Ollie, you realize she definitely keeps her distance with the two of you, not subtly at all. She doesn't like the two of you for one reason or another. But with Dakota, she seems rather comfortable.
And I seem super awkward.
Yes. And she eagerly devours the food as quickly as she can, almost leaving, making a mess on her plate. No table manners at all.
Damn. Yeah, that right there. That keeps me going.
That was good.
Okay. I told you, didn't I tell you? Ollie made the best sandwiches.
She nods, but looks at you.
Okay.
So what do you got to do for work? Can I watch?
Not tonight.
Oh,
I have a small bit of business to attend to.
okay.
I make eyes at Ava.
You, could use a shower. We talked about that. And maybe some new clothes.
Okay.
Do you have a preference?
What?
Your clothes.
What do you mean?
What do you want?
I don't know.
So if I brought you a pink ruffled dress, you wouldn't care.
I don't want those.
That's what I thought.
Not pink ruffled dress. There's my preference.
Preference.
That one.
Okay.
Yeah, that. Not that.
Okay.
I like what you're wearing.
Yeah, well,
Of course.
Can I get boots like that?
only if you take them off the person. That's how I got them.
What do you mean?
Just kidding.
Who? Should I ask somebody?
No, you know what? We'll just find you some. Okay. We'll be back. I look at the both of them like, I'll be back.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, good luck. Have fun, Amber.
Thanks. Where are we going?
Yeah, we're gonna go to the Army Navy surplus and get you some pants and some boots and a shirt.
I lean into Dakota. I'll keep Bop and Jim.
Would you mind? Thank you. That would be...
Chap and Squat, or whatever the names are.
Got more dogs than I know what to do with.
I like dogs now.
Yep.
It is awkwardly Dakota just yup and
Yep.
leaves the bar with Amber by her side to go purchase clothing and dress her in whatever she enjoys, leaving.
Yeah, just find her something that she wants
Of course,
to wear.
and you'll find her something casual, jeans, a t-shirt, and you will find boots though. She really does like the boots.
Little boots.
It leaves Ava and Ollie alone for a moment.
So, how bad do you think that's gonna go?
My concern is growing. That's all I can say about it.
This is a weird situation to be in.
Right. I think what Dakota was trying to do was a good thing, but I am worried about this child.
Look, all I'm trying to do, I would be happy to see her just get back to family of some sort, as long as you're not going to hurt her. That's all that really matters. Like I said, and that's what I did with Rowan way back in the day. You just got to give him a fighting chance.
Yeah. And I think that they'll be able to help her more than we will, so.
Yeah, and I think that Dakota will probably be able to help her way more than we will as well.
That's for sure. I don't do well with children, so.
Do I stink?
I can't smell, so I don't know.
I mean, I kind of got like the hands of a cook. I can smell that much, and I do douse in like my own cologne, but.
Are you concerned about your odor now that we're around somebody with a heightened sense of smell?
Well, I mean, didn't they always say like the werewolves they can smell what the fuck is it? They can smell like the taint or something on us.
Well, we're natural enemies, so I'm sure the minute she sees us.
Shit, why though? Like, why's it got to be that way?
As far as I know, they don't like us, so.
Well, shit, I don't dislike them. I think they're dope. I loved American Werewolf in London.
If only it played that. I think it's a lot deeper than that. I don't know how deep rooted all of this goes, but.
It always is. It's always deeper than that. Well, I ain't like my dad. So maybe one day I can show him that if I live long enough.
This conversation seems to be kind of meandering. Can I get, no, not even, I don't need anything. Ollie, you feel a small creature tug at your pant leg as you look down, a rat.
Oh, I was like, oh no, another kid.
It's a fucking zoo in here tonight.
You put out for a meeting quite a while ago.
I did.
With a particular primogen.
Yes. Well, this is a cold call. And it's a line in with ye old Nas Primo, the big boss.
This is how you all get lines out to each other?
Well, we can't have cell phones, so we have carrier pigeons. It's a bit old school, but it's efficient. It works. It eventually gets there.
Carrier sewer rats. Of course. I shouldn't have expected anything else. I'm sorry. I shouldn't.
Rats are incredibly intelligent creatures.
Ava laughs at that.
And they're incredibly receptive to feelings, so you may have just hurt his feelings down there. Say you're sorry.
I'm not
She
saying
likes you.
sorry.
She likes you.
The rat already starts scurrying off.
All right. Well, where is this meeting? Does it tell you? Like how does this work? Show me, Ollie.
I will use my I'll see
The
if I
rat
can-
is walking. It's having you follow it.
Oh.
Oh,
Well, he's
that's
not
how
trying
this
to leave a
works.
message, so I gotta follow him.
Well, it doesn't always work like this for Ava.
I know. Ava just is being, yeah.
It's so good.
Sometimes they leave messages. It wasn't like it was with Camille, right? She did everything with doves or birds, and she.
I know. Much
Don't
more
give it too
pleasant.
much credit. It was fucking pigeons.
Okay, so flying rats.
You follow the rat out to the back, and it goes to the nearby manhole cover, where it goes over to a crack in the asphalt where it can squeeze its fat little rat body all the way through. And you hear it kind of fall, and you hear a distant plop in the sewer. As you lift with your hand the manhole and kind of slide yourself in, you follow it a good distance. Perhaps you estimate somewhere between 4 and 5 blocks away from where you are, definitely closer to the north, before it leads into a small little kind of alcove where the rat scurries up the arm of a crouched snitch. It runs up his sleeve and up by his shoulder as he crosses his arms as you approach with Ava in tow. I wasn't expecting company, Ollie.
Well, it's a busy night in the bar, and Ava's coterie.
And pleasant company, nonetheless.
I never said otherwise.
She smiles.
How you doing,
Stop.
Snitch? You doing all right?
As fine as ever, and you.
Well, you know, I got my own brand of problems consistently.
You reached out to me.
Like a month and a half ago, yeah.
Things were busy.
Right. Well, is there something that's a bit more, I don't know, time efficient?
No.
Okay, well, then I guess I'll send it up the line and see if I can get bumped in structure of efficiency, just because I am trying to figure out things here that has to deal with you, Snitch.
And how can I help?
When we went down there into the labyrinth, Dakota was pulled away. We were looking for my coterie. You made me sign off on a boon.
Yes, your coterie got themselves into life-threatening trouble.
Right. Right. They did get into life-threatening trouble. They could have died. I'm incredibly grateful for your help. Simultaneously, you could have got us killed, which was pretty fucked to think about. But we wound out walking away with a body. You said you didn't really recognize him. It could have been a Nos.
Years of decay will do that to someone.
Yeah, I just, well, Snitch, I don't believe you. I'll be candid. I'll be completely forward. Because it's just easier getting out in front of you. I don't believe you. This isn't a Nos. You knew it wasn't a Nos either.
And what benefit to me lying to you about that would that have?
Because it's someone you apparently had set up to be killed.
And doubly so if true, why would I allow him to leave?
Because you thought he was dead. And you didn't think anybody'd be wandering down into your prison, the Labyrinth. Besides, those who make their way down there tend to not find their way out unless they happen to know all the markings. You taught me that much yourself.
It is the way of our people.
Yeah. Well, he's back. He's a Ventru. And he's one of the few that happens to know you from that time. He didn't have a lot of good things to say about you, which I like seeing both sides of the coin. I like to see the measure of the man, more than just the skin and the reputation that suits. He said you acquired the name Snitch for a reason. He said you sold him out to the Lupines. Let him right there. Now, he could just be upset. He could just be real pissed off and bumping his gums. What happened?
You wish to dredge up 100-year-old history.
It's not history anymore because he's alive and he's walking the streets of Chicago.
And has he been accepted by the prince?
Well, he helped us on a mission to relieve the Baron of Brighton Park. So he's been granted, at least mild surveillance as freedoms to walk around.
And then all is taken care of, is it not?
Perhaps. I just want to know if it's true.
The words of the Ventru can be incredibly persuasive, Mr. Hopkins. You know this.
I am very much aware, but I'm also aware of when they're working their hoodoo on me.
What is it you wish here?
I just want to know if you were working with those lupine, or if you had just used him as a tool to guide him into that Ventru. And what did you have to gain from that?
You ask for history and answers that cannot be so simply answered, Oliver.
Then,
What has always been my goal, Oliver Hopkins, it has been my goal ever since I have been gifted this unlife. My loyalty, as always and always will be, to our clan.
to the Nas, I understand.
Always. And if the city seemed about to fall, and all kindred within, their lives lost, then I have failed my clan. I
Then,
did what needed to be done to stabilize a city falling into ruin and despair, Mr. Hopkins, as I always do.
I'm not looking to piss you off. I'm just looking to continue moving up and understanding where I stand with you, Snitch.
Tell me then, if you had this information, true or not, either way, how would this help you?
This would help me by understanding our shift in our relationships. I don't want to be a stepping stone or a tool for you to remain in this beautiful place of Primogen, watching out for the Nosferatu, when it's also my goal to look out for the Nos, since we're consistently just that, a doormat. I'm here to help alongside. I'm not your enemy, I'm your ally, and I just don't want to be another pressure point to release an alpha on if I step out of line. And I know you have that power.
And if I am to give you this information, you then see us on even ground.
Never. You're the Primogen. But knowing that I'm not being treated as a lesser than goes miles higher
You
than just
are
being
even
recognized as such.
a speck in your grandparents' eyes what the history happened that you speak of.
And grains of sand can make mighty waves, Snitch. Where do we stand? Where do we stand here?
With what?
How do I treat this Ventru fella?
However you wish. Our past is past. Our quarrel is gone. I hold no qualms or hatred towards this kindred.
He holds a lot to you.
It is unfortunate. If he wishes to make moves against Primogen, he will feel the full wrath of one.
Yeah.
But our past is past.
I also know
Wish-
that every step of the way to climb the socioeconomic ladder, you have to breach and break the masquerade without the eyes of everyone watching you, and to clean and cover it up so it looks clean and covered up. And then huzzah, you're at the top. You got the gold around the waist. I don't want him to utilize you in that manner, especially now that there is a spot on the Ventru board. The Primogen for the Ventru, non-existent.
And
And-
you say this newcomer would take that seat. Don't make me laugh, Butcher.
He's got nothing to lose. He has nothing to lose, Snitch.
But he'd have nothing to offer.
Maybe, but boons and bonds go a long way.
So you want to sit down and have a history lesson?
You know me. I like to dredge up the past so I can kind of understand. I've been asking about my mom and my dad. I wanted to know about Emmy, Rudy, the Nine. I even asked about revenants. Snitch, I went as far as going to the Chantry and asking about it. And you know what? I got the same thing from them. That doesn't
Rascal.
exist. Winky face.
You take whispers of rumors and begin to dig like they're fact. What do you expect?
To see if they're real or not.
So
That's
tell
the
me
point.
which rumor about me then. Speak it clearly. That you're looking to know.
Wasn't exactly a rumor. He declared it pretty much so. And I look over to Ava. Didn't he say You led the Lupine. What was it, Jack? John? Jason? The J guy.
John?
That you led him there and let all of them get eviscerated. Now I just figured you fucked up. You fucked up somehow. Not you, but him. That you guys did something wrong. You stepped on the wrong toes, and you were just caught in the line of fire. But there's nothing that's a coincidence in our world, Snitch. I get that they probably messed up.
Then what is it do you think happened, Butcher? I led this lupine there to wipe them out. For what cause? Well, how would I benefit?
I don't know. I don't know how you benefit, short of one, either rising to the point of primogen, or two, maybe seating a prince, holding leverage over a lupine threat in Chicago. You remove the alpha. That's a big bragging point.
You said you were protecting your clan. Or that's what you intend to do. Was there some sort of threat of sorts?
There's always a threat to the Nosferatu. Our kind are considered low, necessary only by design. Anybody who'd like to get rid of us would do so without even thinking. We are disposable, unlike the various Ventru and Toreador who fill the power seats across the cities. So yes, everything I do is in protection again of the Nosferatu because we ourselves are always in danger. And what I did that night was that same long-term goal. I installed a prince into Chicago on that night. And in turn, I took the lupine and set him away after he was done being useful. We sat Maxwell. And in turn, he would offer me a seat on the Primogen Council and promise that our clan would remain safe and not disregarded as they had been in the past. In turn, we simply removed the other. The one who also was looking to claim the throne for themselves. 2 birds, 1 stone. John was young, reckless. Thought he'd be able to get one up on me when it was all said and done. But I was ready. He stepped into that church. The minute he stepped in, he was not getting out.
Was the labyrinth around the church that entire time? Or did it just come up over the last X years?
The labyrinth is a changing, shifting thing. It may have sat beneath that church for eons, I do not know.
You asked, why do I want to dredge up the history? Why do I want to know the past? And to be honest, Snitch, it's so I don't make the mistakes that my fathers make. It's so I can learn from their mistakes. That's why. It's valuable to me, even if you don't see it as immediately valuable. Because I know that you did what you had to do, especially to protect Nos. And I don't blame you one bit. I've seen what it's like to be continuously discarded and stepped on. But I'm not gonna stop punching up.
I wouldn't ask you.
But I needed to know. I needed to know the value in it. It helps me understand. I put you in a certain position in my mind. And sometimes those are positions I feel worthy of taking a bullet for. At least the metaphor stands. Are you happy being the Primogen?
I am always happy and content where I am, as long as I am alive and my clan is safe.
But it doesn't necessarily mean that you have to be the Primogen.
It does for now.
I understand.
Are you satisfied?
I am. And I know I had probably a lot more to talk about, but 45 days is a long time to remember something when, well, shit's consistently going down.
Might I recommend writing it down?
I've done a very good job of that mostly, but when I repeatedly get attacked, my papers go missing. Your slow blinks are obnoxious. You should unlearn the shit out of that. It is the most Ventru thing you do, and I cannot stand it.
Perhaps it's a circumstance of befriending Ventru for so long.
Well, Ava, do you have anything? This is probably one of the few times that you'll see Snitch in this sort of setting.
Pleasure as always, Miss Eloise.
Of course. No, I think that that answers quite a bit. That missing link that we were looking for.
Well, how about you? You need anything? Is anything going down in your neck of the sewers?
What did you do in the labyrinth when we were down there together?
Got lost, mostly.
Now be
Looking
honest with me.
I am being honest with you. I got lost. I waited. A woman came through asking for a bucket. She took the bucket and then she bounced.
You speak to me of these 45 days that I've been missing. I've been cleaning up a mess.
Well, I can tell you that
about that, would you, Mr. Hopkins?
probably had something to do with that alpha that you had chained to the wall.
Yes, for good reason.
Yeah, well, my mere presence alone in mentioning your name in passing, he freaked the fuck out and he started tearing out of those chains. And then I bounced. At least
That
until I
is-
could find you. Anyone that is older than me either respects you or they want to tear your throat out.
It comes with age.
I get it. I do. But he was mad. And that was a scene. I gotta be honest. It was the first time I'd ever seen that. They're fucking big. They're big. They're big. They're way big. They're like... I didn't know. I had no idea.
Now you do. They
Yeah.
are a danger to our existence.
I gathered.
Do you intend to just keep them all there and get more, or...
What it's worth.
Is this
John
why
and I
this...
have a special relationship.
Clearly.
Is this why we're not allowed to go into Berwyn or the airport?
You're not allowed to go to Berwyn or the airport because the lupine exists there and they'll kill you. John, missing or not, you are a kindred.
But, like, well, I don't understand the whole pack thing. If they don't have an alpha, don't they just elect a new alpha, or do they just
It's
hang around and wait?
barbaric and, to be honest, not worth knowing.
Let's just put all the cards on the table for a moment and just really revel in the fact that you're saying that it's barbaric when we have to drink blood to survive. That's pretty fucking barbaric, okay? But it's a fact of our lives.
We still do our best. The world is the way it is because we have the strings to power. The werewolves would like to see that crumble.
Yeah, you're not wrong. No,
Do you intend to take care of the other werewolves that exist
As
around
best
here?
of my ability is a task that we all have. Kindred are threatened by lupine at all times.
all right.
Word of advice is always, should you cross paths with one, leave. They will kill you, and you will not stand a chance.
No doubt about it. I gathered very quickly.
Well, I think I have all of my questions answered.
What's going on, Snitch? You said some things very accusatorily. You asked me if I wouldn't happen to know about something.
The night we went to the Labyrinth and to my prison. It seems a rather large number of lupines had figured out how to get out. Beyond John breaking out,
I looked to Ava.
I had to kill one with my bare hands before she could do anything. The others...
There was one moment where Crowley disappeared. One moment where Crowley disappeared. And he was back. Like that.
There was.
Understood. If that's all you have to say on the matter, then...
What a fucking headache. Is there anything we should be looking out for? They're gonna be stuck down there, right? They're gonna stay in the labyrinth? No one can escape if they don't know it?
He simply gives a slow nod.
All right. Christ. All right. Well, then, I guess get at me when you need me.
He doesn't really do much other than, again, continues to give you a gentle nod, but gestures for you to leave.
Just me or both of us?
No, both of you. Yeah.
Okay.
Dave was already like,
She
she was already like, we should get going. Oh, jeez.
And Ollie leaves as well?
Yeah.
Looks like he thinks about it for a moment.
Yeah. Unless he needs me, I'll leave.
No, but I'm curious where Ollie's head's at when it comes to Snitch. What value is he hoping to pull from him? Because Snitch doesn't really understand where Ollie lies in terms of loyalty. Not necessarily to the Nosferatu, but obviously the city as a whole.
I think that's because Snitch has had a very, very long time to understand the game, and he expects everyone to play the game that way. Ollie plays with his cards on the table.
Speaking of, has the coterie come together and made a decision?
Well, that was like Dakota kind of hinted at it, but we didn't actually make it.
Yeah, that needs to be spoken of as well, and I think that's something that'll happen this night, because that's something that maybe even Snitch speaking with you just kind of rouses in your own minds of just like, there hasn't come a decision point where you're either going to play the long game but eventually turn on Sybil or join her or turn on her earlier or what have you. And so after you leave,
I think the problem comes down, right? Like I think the problem comes down to we want to gain those upper allies, but our fear lies in the fact that we never know when the shadow is there to gain information.
There was a moment. Well, that's why I want the three of you to get together, because there was a moment that Dakota may have picked up on when she saw Bella to understand when the shadow may be around. But the shadow itself is also, mechanically speaking, not able to free roam, so to speak. So don't worry about that.
I definitely meant it more as like a metaphor, like maybe she's like tapping in and like,
well, that's different. If she has somebody like a Lasombra around or something.
Yeah.
But eventually, as you wander the sewers with Ava and catch up to her and maybe even keep it relatively quiet, you will all find your way back to the bar. The kid, you'll have bought clothes, like I said, just kind of a t-shirt and jeans, but some decent heavy boots that go along with her. She walks kind of funny in them early on. She kind of waddles with them a bit. Kicks the wall a few times to mess with the steel toe boot. But for the most part, do you bring her back to the boat, or do you let her hang out with you the whole time?
No, she's going back to the boat.
So you bring her back to the boat, and so by the time you get to the boat and get back to the bar, they'll have finished their trip with Snitch and have gotten back to the bar. And the three of you once again on these past couple nights recongregate, childless this time around, with some information from Snitch.
How's kid doing?
Fine. She's fine. I'm gonna take her tomorrow to Berwyn.
Well, Do you have any idea why we stunk and you didn't?
No, but it's a nice change of pace because usually everybody's already commenting about how I stink, so.
You think that might be like the way that the lupines smell us? Like they can tell it's us?
Yeah, probably.
Then there's a good chance you'll get found pretty quickly.
Yes, probably.
She followed you here. And this isn't a fault thing at all. But if she gets with the other lupine, she could. What are the chances that she just guides him back here?
That's why I'm keeping her at the boat.
Yeah.
I don't think she'll lead him back here.
Okay.
At least
Okay.
that's my hope. All of this is not how it was. All of this is super fucked up.
Yeah. No, it's speaking of fucked up. Met with Snitch last night. He finally got back with me. Ava was there too.
Yeah.
We got some history.
Bit of a history lesson.
It definitely filled in some blanks. Yeah, he may have earned the moniker Snitch, but he wasn't lying. He led John there. And John killed them all. Or at least tortured them, right? For who, God knows how long, 60, 70, 80 years. But the point was that whomever else was there, they were supposed to be seated as the prince. And John wiped them out so that they could seat Max. And Max made Nas a primogen and promised that the Nas would be safe in Chicago.
So Snitch was doing what he thought was the right thing
For
his clan.
Right.
the Nas. Even if it meant doing some terrible shit.
Which, to a degree, I respect. He was doing what he thought was the right thing. It's unfortunate the way it all turned out. He seemed very set in his ways, though, about everything. There's no convincing him otherwise.
I got some details on some lupine escape, though. And it was probably for the best that I didn't get all those details. Remember when that was going down? He killed one of them. I don't know who else he had with him, but he said he killed one of them.
Jess. Amber mentioned it. Seemed rather traumatized.
Yeah, well, he wanted to know how they got out. He even accused me of it without directly accusing me of it. And I told him that I had no idea. But when he said that they found a way out while we were down there, I did tell him that there was a point where Crowley found his way around, away from us, even if only for a brief moment. Because he did. Crowley ran. And by the time I could even notice he was gone, he was back.
Yeah. Well,
That girl is lucky to have escaped.
yeah. Well, she's not our problem much longer, right?
I mean, maybe. Maybe. Is she eating today?
Yeah.
All right. Y'all can come back with me in the kitchen. I'll make you guys some PBJs for tomorrow.
Okay.
The coterie quietly makes her way, kind of shambles in the back of the kitchen. Ollie reaches up and grabs a jug, like the giant kind of like you get in restaurant jars of like peanut butter, just huge, and then some jelly and
So,
bread.
I have a bold question. Because I woke up yesterday with a lupine kid attached to my leg, so shit's not really the same as it was a few days ago.
Yeah. What's got you going? What's going on?
We got all this fucking territory. You've got power, and you've got power, and... Are we gonna fucking get rid of this sandwich, or are we gonna just let it happen?
The
Well,
entire room just drops.
I woke up with an SI at my back, ready to kill me, but telling me that he too knows about this sandwich. So yes, things are changing. And this problem that we have that's been looming over our heads, over the entire city's head, is becoming an ever-present problem for many people. And to answer your question, I don't know. I don't know what to do.
I'm for trying.
Too. I'm so fucking tired of her fucking with our shit.
Yeah.
And for whatever reason, she seems to have a soft spot for Ava.
She's using you. Yeah, she's using you for some reason. Maybe she's just into you, Been a long time since she got the hots for someone.
Remember that connection that I used to have with her? Occasionally, when we were talking, I mention her name. Things get weird. We were worried about her being in on every conversation. Well, that's no longer a problem. For quite some time now, she hasn't been listening in.
Hasn't, or she can't.
I don't think she can.
You have the inkling that it was Saito's parting gift with his final note to you.
When Saito got in my head that one very last time, I think it had something to do with him.
Well,
He stopped
how
it.
romantic. Okay. That's good fucking news, Ava.
It is good news. And what I'm saying is, to that, though I'm connected to her still in some ways, I'm not as connected as I once was.
Okay.
Well, she wants you for a reason, right? I'm gonna draw a line here, give you a bit of a parallel. Back when I was alive, and I was going into boxing, before I was going pro-am, I was having scouts come to me, offering me deals, basically giving me free shit. So long as I repped their brand, I stayed honest and loyal to them. Cars, money, women. I was promised a lot. But in the end, they all wanted the same thing. It was me fighting for them. So she wants you. That's why she's giving you things. And maybe she feels like she doesn't have control over you anymore, right? So she's got to drop all these gifts on you, even if she's so detached. She thinks that you need your brother back.
Right.
So she's actually losing a little bit of grip.
She wants to keep it.
That's what it sounds like to me.
Well, we can't let her know if this is what we actually want to do, that this is going on. So Ava, you gotta just sell it.
Keep playing the part, as I do best.
But does the coterie land on working against her then? That was the question that brought this whole conversation up.
It's
think it
gonna
is-
be a long play.
I think it's a long leaning yes we are going against.
Yes.
Look, I'll be honest with both of you. I told Ava I'm paying a visit to our dear prince. At least the next time she'll see me in person. I don't think I want to be hound anymore. Or have fucking anything to do with the sheriff.
Good. I'm for it.
So I'm gonna take a step back for a little bit, I guess. Got some other things clearly have to deal with. I gesture to PB&J sandwiches. And I'll be honest, I don't ever want to have to take your head. Or Ava's.
I mean, I'd smile real big. It'd look good on your mantle.
It only lasts for a second.
It'd be a
I
good
don't
second
know.
then. All right? It'd be a good second. But I'm for it. You relieve yourself of this burden.
Yeah. I got more important shit to do.
Hell yeah, like being a mom. Right?
No.
Yeah.
No.
Oh, then you could be a MILF. That's perfect.
I don't think she even knows what that means.
I have
Ollie.
no clue. Don't
Don't even tell her.
Ollie's just
fucking
laughing.
know.
Don't tell her, innocent.
The kid is going back where she belongs. Especially if Snitch has any inkling that something went wrong and we might... Yeah.
That's all bad, yes, if Snitch would find out.
So, I am just gonna make sure that it doesn't happen. She needs to go where she belongs. And the first time she grows hairy and howls at the moon, I can't help her. No matter how hard I may want to.
Yeah.
She deserves to be with her pack. Just like I do. So, more important things to do than squander about with some label placed on me by the prince, which clearly doesn't fucking mean anything, for the record.
Hey, what do you do when she comes back? Not the prince.
I have
Amber.
a feeling that Amber won't be coming back.
Yeah?
At least not once they find her. You think they're gonna let her?
I don't know, but she found her way out of the labyrinth, Dakota.
With some help?
Yeah, maybe. But John hasn't found his way out yet.
John was also much deeper in and didn't really have the instructions. We thought maybe they would free him.
Yeah, well, we'll see. We'll see.
Well, if anything, if she does come back, she likes you, Dakota. That's one
Dangerous
step.
for her and me.
It's a step in a direction.
Hey, let's not write me off here, okay? What if she's like really into my sandwiches?
Then she won't be able to resist. You're right.
I've been working on my spice orientation and it's been really growing, all right? And I'm trying new shit, so yeah. But I don't know, I just wanted to seek that to see where you stand. Because inevitably I think puppy dogs come back.
Well, she's not my dog.
No, but you are her friend. And as you can tell with us, friends are willing to do a lot to get back to each other.
You took her in.
I have to try.
You were
I have
right.
to at least try.
You're right. Just want to kind of get those gears turning, you know? Just in case she finds a way back. Because maybe, I don't know, like, is there no kindred that deals with the lupine at all? Like, do they not have like a guy that works with them? You know, like a HR rep or something that they're not afraid to fucking pass a letter to or something?
There's, I mean, supposedly, Kindred and Lupine have worked together before. Usually
Okay.
doesn't end very well. Thus, the church, John,
Yeah.
Snitch.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Well, hey, we have a common enemy.
Yeah, I know.
We have a common enemy with quite a lot of our own enemies.
So what's to say we don't use these common enemies as the weapons we actually need to stop the sandwich?
Oh no. I just had a really terrible idea. Oh no, I don't want to do it, but I think I'm gonna have to.
Are you gonna tell us?
I'm scared, Ollie.
I think I gotta go talk to Mr. Pink.
Why?
Because there's a good chance that he wants to get away from Layla, but he's not gonna stop killing Kindred.
Oh.
You're not gonna give him over.
I'm not gonna give him over. You know, he's not mine to give. I don't believe in slavery and any of that shit. But I think right now, looks over to Ava, he's probably feeling a little enslaved.
I think I see where you're going with this.
And the enemy of my enemy, that kind of thing. Mr. Pink isn't gonna, we are small potatoes compared to the big sandwich on the table, the entree, if you will. And that's well, that's kind of a big deal. Yeah. So I think I'm gonna have to go have a chat with Mr. Pink. It's been a long time, and I don't even know if he's there anymore, but he had no problem stepping to me on mostly my turf in my hours. So I bet that dickhead's still lurking about.
Yeah. Send out a line to him, I guess. Use one of your rats.
People, believe it or not, still can't talk to rats.
I don't like this SI thing, but
There's nothing that's good in this. We've got super scary Kindred way above us trying to put a thumb on us. We've got Lupine willing to just chew us into nothing. We have SI from all angles.
and how are we gonna convince? Right now, nobody needs to know we're doing this. We're pulling a lot of strings, and we don't need anybody to see us pulling them.
There's a good chance, Dakota, that if Rowan found out about Sandwich, that someone that's well connected and deep. Besides, they're looking for him anyway. They're actively looking for him. And Mr. Pink knows exactly where I am. Everybody knows where I am. If he wanted to come pop my head off, he could have done it already. He knows I sleep during the day.
Yeah, it's because he wants something from you. And what happens the moment he gets it?
That's what I'm saying. The Sandwich wants something from us too. What happens the moment she gets it?
Also true.
We're cockroaches.
Yeah,
The
well,
great
Sandwich
thing about
doesn't
him-
want shit from me. She's only ever shown herself one time. And, well, between all three of us, I was underwhelmed.
Whatever
Sorry,
it-
I had to laugh about it. Totally took me out of character there. Fuck, that was good.
Whatever the
Nasty
sandwich is.
Yelp review.
I give her 2 fucking stars. That's a 2-star sandwich if I ever heard it. I don't know. I think we have to play this one really close to home, at least to start. She needs to know we're still working for her.
Oh, of course. I think we need to keep our ties with the cam close.
Yeah.
Which, as you know, I'm still totally fine to do. I can keep that end of things going and running, and those gears continuing to move.
She don't call on me, so you have to be the one.
I was about to say, I'm her lapdog and she don't call on me, so...
Meanwhile, Ollie, you have your ties with Mr. Pink, the SI.
And Dakota is cutting ties with the Lupines. Here's your kid back. Go away.
You don't know that.
No way. They're gonna want John. If they found that you have this kid, they're gonna ask about John. 190%.
Okay, fine.
We
all are understanding that working with Lupine is a really bad idea.
You understand that working with anyone outside of this room right now is a really bad idea.
I really don't want to end up like our skeletal friend sitting at the bottom of a church.
Fuck no. I'm not for it. I'm not for it. But if there's one thing I've learned from looking and consistently punching up, is everybody's making deals with everybody, fucking everybody else off constantly.
Like Snitch.
Like Snitch.
I don't like him.
I am not far off that point, but I understand and respect the things that he's done to get where he's got.
I kind of do
One day
too.
somebody says that about me. They don't give a fuck if I'm a good person, but they respect me. Now that's real fucking power.
I'm glad we all agree on that end, because I feel the same.
Yeah. I don't care if people think I'm good or bad. I just want people to know I'm fair. And
we're totally fine letting the Lupine know that there's a sandwich sitting under the city just waiting to be nommed.
They already know that. If that little girl can smell my ass from your boat, they fucking know that there's a super smorgasbord Sammy sitting in the middle of Chicago.
Maybe that's why they're really here. Dakota, you are surprisingly good at negotiating and talking.
Surprisingly
to people.
not. I've never I can't even get Grant to give me a real beer. He still gives me Smirnoff.
Dakota,
To be fair, I asked him
you.
about that. He definitely says he gives you a Smirnoff because it's the funnest label to tear off. He's watched you do it 1,000,000 times.
I'm just saying. The point I'm trying to make is I'm really not good with words.
Don't sell yourself short. I stumble on my words too all the time, and I'm a Toreador. I believe in you, is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, same.
Okay, fine. Fine. I'm gonna drop the girl off. If the Lupines come a knocking, I will talk with them because what choice does Dakota have, right? What choice when the Lupine kid shows up and hugs your leg? Not my fault.
Just remember when you got your doubts, you're about to be a free agent, you're tough as nails, and you're my favorite gangrel MILF.
I don't know what that means.
Just don't use that word outside of this room, Dakota. People will look at you weird. Don't tell people that that's what you are.
Dot can't handle this.
Keep that between us.
Okay, fine. Fine. I'll return the girl and try to make some kind of contact. But not until I talk with the prince.
Fine.
So you're gonna talk to the prince and then go to the Lupine.
I need to make sure that there are no labels attached to this MILF.
I get that.
I can use that, right? You said I could use it.
Yeah.
No, don't use that. Do not use that term.
No, you know what? You are grown as fuck. You can use that terminology anywhere you want. You're the baddest MILF I know.
Great. Thank you,
All right,
Ollie.
it's time to turn
I
this
think.
into serious.
Okay, fine. But I have
Dakota Rain, where are you? A voice echoes from the front of the bar,
God damn it!
Oh.
peering out the window as you see people beginning to leave the bar. You see a large, tall, bald man,
Oh.
tattoos down his arms, and a vest with jeans and boots.
But I'm busy.
As am I.
Okay, I go to the front door of Ollie's bar and I kick it open.
You swing out from the kitchen. Does anybody else follow?
Sure. I mean, he's
Sure,
in my
I'll be-
establishment at this point.
I'll be
Yep,
in the
yep.
back. Well, I'll be following behind.
All right, you
in the
all
back.
make your way out, but as Dakota steps out first, you think of me as some fool.
Are there any other people here?
They're all leaving.
Okay.
Cool.
Is he in the bar or he in the street?
He's in the bar.
Jeez. World.
Think me some fool?
When have
To
I ever
embarrass me in
called?
Elysium. And to tell me Zachary Heloise has been killed by your hands.
He was dead by my hand.
I'm gonna
And then
snap
him
to
come back.
having the help go to the back. Grant and Haley, like, get GTFO dogs.
And Zach returns on these streets, welcomed open-armed, the prince speaking some wonderful reward for some mission he was on. All the while in Elysium, I made to be look like a fool, and you are praised, rewarded. I'm not a fool, Dakota Rain. I know what you're doing.
See, here's the
And
thing.
if
I
you
really
think you
don't.
have the gall to be a sheriff, prove it.
I don't want to be a fucking sheriff.
Ollie, can you make me an intelligence composure roll, please?
Yeah, I can certainly try.
Bruja are fun.
Yeah, let's give it a shot. I keep using this sheet. God damn it.
Me too, man. Every time. Man, that sucks a lot. That's 4. Hey,
Ooh,
critical.
wow,
man.
you critical
Wow.
resisted. Hey, I gotta roll one more, just one d10. I forgot to. Not for this roll.
Hey, a 10.
It's a rouse check. Nothing happens. You don't notice anything. You don't feel anything. He simply looks to you, Ollie, and then after a little while, he looks back to Dakota and then over to Ava.
Would you let me speak now, or is this gonna just end up like it did last time?
Dakota, make me same roll.
What was the roll?
The roll is I'm gonna make another hunger roll here real quick.
Intel
It is
composure.
for- Yep, there you go. Composure intel.
Okay. Not as good.
God.
1.
Would you like to
Uh-oh.
use a willpower and re-roll 3 of those? And
Yeah.
I've got 1, 2, 3, like 5, 6. I crit hard.
Oh, you crit super hard.
Okay, so
1 more success, so I only got a 2.
that's totally fine. I now need you to make me a Fury Frenzy check against difficulty 3.
How does a frenzy check work when I don't hit just
Yeah.
the button?
I know,
Oh,
it's like,
it's oh friggin', hang on a second. I'll
yeah,
get
it's
the
like,
answer.
I swear to God, like not having, like not having the instant rolls.
You
I
can
gotta
try and
double-
resist, or you could ride the wave always.
How
remember.
do you play this game?
So your Fury Frenzying. Page 220 is the rules here. Let's see. A third of your humanity plus your willpower.
A third of my humanity plus willpower. So I have 4 willpower left. My humanity is a 5.
A third of it is 2.
2.
Is that right?
So, guess that's right. So 2 and 4 is 6.
I want to make sure that's 100% correct.
Yeah, double check me on that.
So just for correction, while you're looking that up, he's using an ability to try to force her to frenzy.
Correct. Spark of Rage.
Yeah, he tried to use it on me.
Yep, he tried and
Didn't
failed.
work.
He wanted
That's
to, he was
interesting.
going to try to get Ollie to frenzy, and then he just was like, nope, I guess I'll just do it to Dakota instead. He got hungry. The first time I didn't roll my 1d10, the second time yet.
I rolled 2 successes on that.
Oh, okay. You can't willpower this.
Nope.
You Fury Frenzy. You have to beat
Great.
a 3.
Fuck me.
When there's a moment where he looks to you, Ollie, and like I said, the gaze lingers, and then as he realizes
Wait,
nothing happened.
I'm sorry.
I thought she had extra resistances to this because of
I gained
What do you
missing
have?
ability-
Tell me what you got in
hang
your
on.
character sheet.
Yep.
it's like
Let me just-
unswayable mind, I think.
Yeah, unswayable mind allows me to not be coerced.
What are the mechanics behind
Yeah,
it?
there's
Because
some-
it's-
And 3 mundane charms.
Mundane charms and
Yeah, okay.
coercions. Nope.
Nope. Hang on. Yep, that's. No. I'm sorry. I have Defy Bane. This one I do have to roll
Okay.
for. This one will allow
What does
me
Defy Bane do
to
again? Convert a number of aggravated damage equal to.
keep
wait,
reading. Keep reading down. There are dots and fortitude. Any extra die made to resist coercion, intimidation, seduction, or any other attempt to sway the user's mind against their will.
It also works against supernatural abilities as dominate and presence.
It is I believe this is, it's a presence potence amalgam, so it would work against a presence roll.
Okay, so let me start by making the.
You need to
Okay,
rouse.
so I have to rouse for that one. So let me
What's
rouse.
your hunger at right now already?
Okay, now it's at a 3.
Okay.
Which is the bad part about all of this, y'all.
And you roll 4.
And I roll 4 more
to see
on
if you're-
top
Yeah.
of what I already rolled. So I got
Okay,
2.
you're gonna roll
I
and
can
do
roll
your
another
D10.
4.
2
So
successes.
2 more. So 4. I rolled a 4.
Okay, so 3 is what you're
I
looking
did
at.
it. I did
3 is
it.
the difficulty at which you would feel it. You would feel looking at him as his eyes lock with yours. Your beast would just come forward for a moment. You feel the absolute desire to let your anger run free. He's accusing you. He's telling you that it's your fault that he's in the position he's in, blaming you for Zach's resurrection, not knowing the full truth. And as he simply says, then prove that you're worthy of being sheriff. There's that moment where you just want to let it all go. You want to let the beast out and you want to rip him limb from limb. How dare he accuse you of such things? But getting a little hungrier in the process, you're able to just swallow, put the beast in its cage, and not move.
Are you done? I don't want your fucking job.
Does anybody else say anything out of curiosity? Sorry, I'm trying to get to a quick page here real quick.
Do we know? Like, do we feel that? If he used a discipline on us, is this something that we can feel?
You would,
as a person?
if you failed the first roll, you'd feel the rage come forward.
Okay.
And then if you might not know what causes it, it would make Ollie might be able to pick up on it. Like, hey, this doesn't make sense. Like, I'm getting angry. However, for Dakota, there's a lot of reasons the beast might be coming forward right now.
Yeah.
So it's a little harder for her to tell.
Okay.
But you beat the first roll, so you didn't feel anything. No beast was like, you didn't have to make a fury frenzy resist.
But I recognize that something may have been used on me.
There was no feeling.
Okay.
Nope, not at all. So you said, are you done now?
Are you done? This bar has a no violence policy.
It does.
So if you'd like to duke it out, you can take your business across the street like everybody else.
And I kick the door open.
Oh, so you walk past him
I
to the front
leave.
door.
Yeah,
Oh, you're
I
just
leave.
leaving.
I leave. I made my peace. If he wants to do this, we are not doing it in Ollie's bar.
Sure. Does anybody else follow Dakota?
I imagine the sheriff will.
He's standing still for a moment.
I wait. I'm gonna wait.
I too just kind of stand and wait, kind of stare down.
What's his name?
You do not know.
We do not know.
Uh,
So
Do we
who
know
is the
his
sheriff?
name?
Does Dakota know?
I have it written down.
Oops, I
You
didn't
would
mean
know.
to do that.
Why does this?
As in, like, Bub doesn't know, or as in Ollie has no idea?
Ollie would know. Bub doesn't know. I don't know.
Gotcha.
I wrote it down in my notebook
I did.
somewhere.
Even Mathis is like, I'm
Was it
not
Juan?
sure either.
Well, no, that might have been the Hound.
Hodges.
All right. Well,
Sheriff
Hodges. Sheriff
Hodges.
Hodges.
Just
Yeah.
Hodges.
Bruja.
That's it.
Yeah,
Yep.
Yep.
it
Bruja
all clicks.
Hodges.
Yep.
Bruja Hodges. Bruja.
Bruja.
I'll just tell him, you're losing it, Hodges.
Yeah, he needs to make a roll.
Yeah.
Swear to God.
And I
if
think he gets a
touches
-2 as a
Ollie.
Brujah at this roll. Let me double check.
Oh my god.
I think it's his Bane.
You have a
And, like,
couple
it's kind of like you're losing your edge, kid. Like, what are you doing?
Ava is
Yep, he
going
gets a minus
to.
to this roll.
I'll wait till see what he does here.
God, if he touches Ollie.
With 2? Oh, motherfucker, you're lucky. He holds back.
Okay.
You just see
I think-
like you see his fist.
Hodges!
I yell
Oh,
from
you're
the
actually
street.
calling for him?
Oh,
And
I
then-
yell at the street. I yell from the street. I don't want him in Ollie's bar.
Sure. As he calls, you see his fist clench for a moment, Ollie, as he turns, and his heavy-hearted boots just echo as he walks out of the bar.
I look immediately to Ava. Get the prince. Get the prince now. This is gonna be bad. Major masquerade breach. And I run outside. I'm gonna follow up behind.
Okay.
Okay.
Just kind of stand there with my arms crossed.
There's people milling about.
What do you want? Do you want to fight me?
Sorry, I'm reading. He does not respond. He stares at you from across the street.
I didn't lie to you. In fact, I came to tell you the first time around before, I don't know, you beat me in a hallway. That there was a contract out on you. But you couldn't hold it together long enough for me to be able to tell you the fucking truth. I don't want your fucking job. Plus, I'm very happy where I am.
Ollie, where are you during this, out of curiosity? Near him?
I'm probably just at the top of the stairs. If he's made it to the street to see Dakota, he's probably like, I would say maybe 15 feet from me.
Okay. And Ava, you leave?
Mm-hmm.
Front door, back door?
Back. I'll go out the back way.
You leave quietly out the back door. There's a standoff with Ollie 15 feet from the sheriff as he stands across the street from Dakota. Dakota lays it all on the table, but he stands wordlessly, continuing to just stare you down. Whether
Stand
he's
here
fighting with his
all
inability to hold back a
night.
fury frenzy or not, you can't tell. But he definitely does not look pleased.
See, you made an enemy out of somebody that didn't want to be yours. But for some reason, the prince trusts you. So much, in fact, when I told her that you had a giant masquerade breach and punched a hole through a door in a public apartment to beat me up. Little old Dakota Rain that doesn't mean shit. Right, Hodges?
He looks around at the people walking about.
Yeah. See? You're so fucking threatened. But here's the thing, Hodges. I don't want your job. Because I can be better than you. I could easily have taken your job if I wanted it. When I took Malik's head, or Zach's head. But I didn't. Do you want to know why? Because your job is miserable. It is your suffering. Not mine. So, if you still want a piece, I'm standing here.
I wouldn't dare breach the masquerade.
Yeah. You didn't really think about that the last time.
He gains a hunger. Besides, I hear this place is nothing more than a criminal enterprise, and that they're about to be attacked by those who hate them so very much. And he
Maybe.
steps away, and as those words fall from his mouth and he walks, all the people that were walking on the street slowly stop. They begin to shout obscenities towards Ollie, obscenities toward you. How dare you ruin this place with your presence? And the people congregate, and they begin to make their way angrily toward Ollie's bar. Some pulling fists, some pulling weapons, all of them with a singular intent. An angry mob is now rioting on the street for unperceived
Hodges.
injustices as Hodges simply walks away.
I will follow him.
And we'll fade to black there. And we'll return next week
I will
to see
follow
what
him.
happens.
Oh my gosh.
All right. Another great
Bruja.
episode. You
That was
guys
Spark
don't.
of Rage on Kine. So Kine, when you Spark of Rage Kine, you just, there's no resistance roll. It's just you
Right.
create an angry mob and they do what they want. They just become angry.
Great.
It's a good
Very
time.
nice.
We'll be back next week,
Great.
everybody. Thank you so much for watching.
Yeah, thanks for watching. Of course, if you enjoyed this, head on over to our Patreon, patreon.com/rollforit to help support the show. You get all kinds of goodies and rewards. There are over 1,000 goodies up there with behind the scenes action from all of our shows. There's MP3s, after shows, and we're going to go record an after show after this, actually. As well as party tier and GM tier behind the scenes goods. And if you are a hero tier, you get to name NPCs and things, which is always fun. We also have a recap that comes out every month where you get to see the behind the scenes of how Roll For It is run, if you're into that kind of stuff. And if you are a legend tier, you can support an episode as well as get to be GM'd by one of our lovely cast members, which is always good times. And if you would like to support us on a DOT level, well, you're just a madman or woman, and we make a crazy video for you, and it's always a surprise. So thank you all for that. Beyond that, you can also subscribe to our Twitch channel here and get some cool little emotes. Those emotes also give you, that also gives you access to our VOD right after the show if you missed part of it. But if you are not a subscriber, we also upload the videos up to our YouTube for free, so you can check out those within the next 24 hours. And if you are a YouTube member, you get some cool emotes as well. Beyond that, you can support us in non-monetary ways by just following us, watching all of our content. That goes a long way. Telling other people about our content, letting them know how much you love it, and sharing the love on all our social platforms at Roll For It. And with that, I'm going to go around and let everyone say where they can find, where you can find them at, because they also do a lot of other content. And I'll check to see if we have any donations today. So let's kick it off with our storyteller, Mathis.
Mathis, you can find me everywhere as basically Mathis Games, Chilluminati podcast as well if you want to listen to some weird stuff. And if you want more vampire, I'm also part of a vampire podcast called Stitch of Fate with a few of the people here. We just wrapped up our final session, so season 1 is in the books, only 5 episodes left. So if you enjoy like a 1-hour bite-sized content of vampire that's podcast audio only, look up Stitch of Fate. It's pretty cool. That's it for me though. You can find me pretty much everywhere else. Let's go to Tracy.
Hi, everybody. I'm Tracy, also known as Miss Magtech all over the internet, and that's where you can find me at Miss Magtech. I stream. I've been streaming a lot more lately because Baldur's Gate 3 came out, and that's just been consuming my life lately. So if you want to go check it out, there's been a lot of fun and entertaining moments that have happened in the game thus far. So if you're into that, feel free to come hang out in the stream. And yeah, I play RPGs all over the internet as well, so check me out. I think that's about it for me. Bub, what about you?
Hi guys, I'm Bob. I too tell stories and play video games on the internet. It's like it's my job or something, and I really, really love doing it. As Matt has said, we just wrapped up the podcast for season 1. I think we're in talks for potential season 2, so that's gonna be neat news. You know, I'm always doing my own thing on my own channels. Come check me out on twitch.tv/thebubberknot or Instagram, Discord, or Twitter as well. I'm doing things there. You can find out all that stuff then. How about you, Dot?
I'm a Dot. You can find me online as Little Red Dot. I do the same thing these people do. I roll a lot of dice. I tell a lot of stories. I'm doing some podcasting and some producing, and I've got a really exciting announcement, but I can't make it till November, so keep your ear to the ground. Some new things in the works for the Dot. That's it. I'm running an Aliens game right now with Bub. You should check that out. That's been very cool and fun.
We're gonna die.
Yeah, definitely. There's some death on the horizon. So that's kind of cool. Something new and different, only for the month of October, but a little scary alien action. That's it. That's all I got.
That's everybody, right?
I think we did it. Maggie.
Yeah.
Maggie, the mysterious voice.
The mysterious voice. I will take it away. Yeah, Aliens is meant to, you just die a lot. It's
just
very
die
much,
a lot, yeah.
Yeah. It's like Warhammer. All right. Well, we're gonna go record an after shoe and an after show if we talk about boots that Dakota has.
That's right. You're welcome, baby.
And again, we always love all of y'all's support. So thank you for tuning in, showing some love for our show, and we'll see you next week. If you're interested in more content, we got a show tomorrow, 10 a.m. PDT, 6 p.m. BST, right here on twitch.tv/roll4, where we will be playing Warhammer Only War. Come check it out. It's good times. Don't see any donations, so we'll see you later. Toodles.
Bye, everybody. See you next week.
Bye.